And I think we're live. I think we're live, right? It's not playing any. I hate the way YouTube. I probably should just start going, but the problem is I don't know if I'm going or not. Okay, this doesn't have anything going. Why isn't this working? Wait. Okay, this, according to that. Okay, it's working now. I don't know what the hell that was, but whatever. Okay, we're here. Okay. Damn it. I don't know why that shit just decides not to work half the time, but whatever, we're here. Preseason week 2. And the Bengals did not win their first preseason game, not that anybody cares, but neither did any of the other teams in the AFC North. So, again, preseason, who cares? But, again, I was encouraged by what I saw from the first team. They looked ready to go, awesome, fantastic right now. Hey, Mikey. So, okay, hold on one sec. Okay. Well, this is going to be annoying. Okay, so as you can see, my chat function is kind of screwed up right now. So that's annoying. I'm going to put that over here. And at the very least, we can see what people are chatting. Unfortunately, I think just being up on the screen is just what we're going to be right now. But, yeah. My thing's not working. The thing that I normally do to, like, put stuff up on the screen, it's not working. So but I will respond to your. I have the chat right next to here, and it'll kind of come through on the thing. So I will respond to you as I'm able to respond. Maybe actually, could we? This might be kind of crazy. Technical difficulties. Hi, Mom. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. Why it's not. Yeah. I'm usually takes me a second when I first start, just because of technical difficulties. But you know what? We got the thing here. Man, that's annoying. Okay. Mikey says hi, Kyle's mom. Okay, you know what? That's I'll have to figure that out another time because we got a show to do, right? So, okay. Yeah. By the way, Mikey, that's my mom. And anybody else who's in here, if you're not like commenting, that's my mom there. And I'd put you up on the screen, Mom, but unfortunately, I don't know if I like need to reinstall the whole thing or what. But Spencer Rattler is the future. Saints won 16-14. That's great. Again, the Bengals didn't win. I don't really care because the first team looked great. The guys who lost the game were the guys who probably aren't going to make the team anyway. So, like, by the time the Bengals players went in who weren't going to be winning any games anyway, or who weren't going to be making the team anyway, by the time those guys went in, I was pretty satisfied with what I'd seen from the Bengals to that point. So, I don't really care. But yeah, today, I'm not sure if we're going to see the starters a whole lot. That actually, I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with their plans as far as playing the starters. I imagine we'll see them for a little bit, just because people are going to make a big deal if they don't. My guess is probably next week. They'll probably get a rest week, like a bye week. The starters won't play at all. It'll be all about trying to see who's going to make the team, who's not going to make the team. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Unfortunately, I don't really have a better answer for you than that. But I cannot get this to actually work for me. Game hasn't started yet, so we're just kind of like Trying to make sure everything's ready to go. Okay, is this going to work? This is going to work. Here we go. Mikey says he was a little harsh on Derek Carr. I agree. I think Derek Carr is, pretty good. He's not going to be the answer. And I will say, like, when y'all first signed Derek Carr, you were like, oh man, Derek Carr, he's gonna take the Saints and this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. And he might have just been being optimistic, but either way, like, I think that was a bit of an overreach. But saying that he sucks and he's terrible, he's never gonna do anything, that's taken a bit too far, in my opinion. So, but no, I think Derek Carr's fine. It's like Andy Dalton, It's, if you have a chance to go get an elite guy, you go get an elite guy. But at the same time, if you don't know that you're getting like Joe Burrow, then you just stick with Andy Dalton or like with Derek Carr. If you don't know you're getting the next Drew Brees, just stick with Derek Carr. Like you'll have a chance with Derek Carr. Like, you're gonna be winning a Super Bowl with Derek Carr, probably not. But are you gonna be competitive with Derek Carr? Yeah, and you're not gonna win the Super Bowl every year. So just at least Aaron Brooks isn't your quarterback. Not that Aaron Brooks was the worst quarterback y'all have ever had, but, All right, the Bengals are in Chicago this week, Soldier Field. And, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. I was pretty impressed by certain guys who were back of the roster guys and who I think we want to see a little bit more of this week. So the offensive line outside of Jackson Carman, I was fairly impressed by. Jackson Carman, I don't know if he's going to make the team the way he's playing. Jeff Gunter's out for the season, so so we got to find somebody to step up for that final defensive end spot. I'm sorry, Jeff Gunter retired. Cam Sample's out for the season, so we're going to need somebody to step up at that defensive end spot because there's an opening now. And but we drafted. God, I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? That guy in the 7th round we drafted. Or was it the 7th round? I don't know. But we drafted defensive end, and he seemed like he was Cedric Johnson. That's who it was. We drafted Cedric Johnson in the later rounds, and I think that he was I can't remember. 6th, it might have been 6th, but do I not like Jackson Carman? Not anymore. When the Bengals drafted him, I thought I was like I was all about like taking Jackson Carman if we waited until like the 4th round to take a tackle. Like he was actually, I think I did a mock or two where I had the Bengals taking Jackson Carman with the 4th round pick, but we took him with the 2nd. And the second we picked him in the 2nd, I'm like, dude, this is going to blow up in our faces. This is a terrible idea. But I've been trying to support him, and it just hasn't worked out. There have been a couple of times when, like in the Super Bowl, Jackson Carman might have actually helped. But overall, there's a couple of times here and there where it's like Jackson Carman playing might have helped the team, and I think that they were like trying to teach him a lesson by sitting him on the bench. But what they also did was not develop him. Now a lot of that's probably his fault too, to be fair. But there are a few situations where I think the Bengals kind of like stunted his growth, and just like in general, I think it's time to move on. You're not going to get any trade for him because the guy's terrible. Just take the L on the 2nd round draft pick and move on at this point. But I don't know. We'll have to see. If it makes you feel better, I used to not like Jamal Williams. I used to like Jamal Williams, but not anymore. Yeah, I know. I was confused when I came onto your stream like last week, and you were like, Jamal Williams is terrible, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you liked Jamal Williams. But yeah, things change. I can't say I was ever the biggest fan of Jackson Carman, though. At best, I was hopeful that he'd turn into more than he is. But that definitely did not happen. He doesn't really seem to have what it takes to develop in that direction, so I don't know. But yeah, I think Jackson Carman is basically in big danger of not making the team. Bengals re-signed Evan McPherson since the last time that we saw each other. Now, would have been nice if it was Jamar Chase. I'm getting a little tired of all this Jamar Chase nonsense. I'm not saying Jamar Chase is committing nonsense. I'm just tired of like the back and forth. Like, can we just end it and like give? I'm sure the Bengals want to end, and I'm sure Jamar Chase wants to end it. They gotta come together and find the right deal that works for both of them. And what I'm saying is I wish they would go ahead and do it. Like, and I understand everybody's got to do what they do for themselves. You got to take care of yourself first and foremost. But me, as a fan, I would just like for Jamar Chase to be a member of the Cincinnati Bengals for the next 15 years. You know, that's what I want. And whatever we got to pay him to do it, then do it. I mean, it's not my money, so it's easy for me to say that, right? But I still say just throw the bank at him. Spencer Rattler ran for a touchdown, and Jake Haener threw a 58-yard bomb. Well, damn. Right on, Jake Haener. That's, that was another thing I noticed. Jake Browning didn't do a particularly good job. Now, I don't think Jake Browning's in danger of losing his spot. He did such a good job last year. I think that'll, even if he has like the worst preseason ever, I think he'll be fine. But, what was it? Logan Woodside and Rocky Lombardi looked okay, but Logan Woodside looked pretty good. So again, I think Logan Woodside could have the greatest preseason ever, and Jake Browning could have the worst preseason ever, and none of it would matter. But that's kind of where we're at. All right, so it looks like the kickoff is about to start between the Bears and the Bengals. Evan McPherson's coming out, and this weird formation they have on the kickoff is... I mean, I understand what they're doing. I do worry that, again, I worry that they're just kind of destroying any semblance of the kickoff being much of a thing at all. And if that's the case, then what's the point of even having the kickoff? He got out to the 32, and there's a flag. So what's the flag? Also, I'm getting horrible lag on this stream, so I apologize, but I'm probably going to have to switch to something else because, for whatever reason, my subscription is not working, and I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with that. So there was a flag on the play. I don't know what the flag was, unfortunately. Hopefully I can get this figured out before too long. Here we go. Okay. Remember, this worked really well last week, so why don't we try this? This is really far back. What on earth? Why is that so far back? Dude, it's 107. Okay, I am really confused. Okay, so it's going to be returned, like I said, brought up to about the 31, and there was a flag on the play. Usually it's on the returning team. Sorry if we're a little behind at this point, but I'm getting terrible lag on the stuff that I'm trying to use right now because the subscription service I paid for is not working. So that's all I'm saying. Holding on the... Okay, so it's going to back the Bears up. It's so they're going to have it, what, like the 22-yard line? Doesn't make that much of a difference, but whatever. Why do you... Oh, you hate the Bears because you, like, isn't like your mom a big Bears fan? It's something like that? I don't know. I can't think of any other reason why a Saints fan would hate the Bears. Spencer Rattler ran for a touchdown, and Jake Haener threw a 58-yard bomb. Oh, yeah, we already said that. My only problem is every time Jamal runs the ball, he gets 1 yard gain, but when Jordan Mims and James Robinson run, they're way better. You just don't like Bears fans? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't like Browns fans, but we're rivals, right? So, like, I mean, what, like, Bears fans have nothing, if Bears fans are getting on your nerves, just remind them how bad they are. All right, so that was a pass to number 13, and that was a bad pass. Caleb Williams on the throw. First time I've ever seen Caleb Williams throw a pass, and it was bad. All right. All right, well, see what's going on there. All right. Caleb Williams is is under center from the 21. I was the 21, not the 22. And he had a wide open guy. What on earth is going on with him? He had a dude wide open, like 5 feet away from him, and he missed the pass. Gerald Everett, by the way, on the target. 3rd and 10, and the Bengals aren't really doing anything. Caleb Williams just can't throw. What the hell? I'm really. I mean, it's preseason. He's a rookie, but like, geez, bro, man. I do, but I also like when they lose. Well, it's fair enough, and you know, maybe some Bears fans are like assholes, but like, again, what do they have to say? Like the Bears haven't, like, I mean, you know, they won that Super Bowl that one time in the '80s. Caleb Williams is going to throw to literally, I think he was just trying to get rid of the ball. Like, that was to the sideline. There wasn't a Bears player in the area. I'm not sure what Caleb Williams is doing there, but that was a horrendous drive by the #1 overall draft pick. Bad. I don't know what. I mean, I'm sure he'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It's the second preseason. There's a flag on the Bears on the play. Delay of game? There's a delay of game on the Bears. After all that, like, the Bears are a wreck right now. It was really one dude who always kept getting personal when he was talking about Justin Fields. Well, Justin Fields didn't work out, so I guess that worked out for you. And look, again, I get it. It's probably like one or two people why I don't like certain teams, right? Like, I mean, I get that. I'm just saying right now, like, I would mostly just pity the Bears if I was you. All right, so that's going to be a punt from the end zone. There's already a flag on the punt. That's going to be returned from the 35. He's going to get it to the 50, to the 45. All right, that's a nice return by Jermaine Burton, who's apparently on the return. There's a flag on the play. It was pretty early, so I'm thinking this might actually be on the Bears again. I mean, it could be on the Bengals. Personal foul, face mask. Oh, okay. Well, it was a face mask. Wow, so he must have just got, like, beaten and had to grab the face mask to make sure he didn't lose his man. Fair enough. All right, well, that's going to knock the Bengals back. That sucks. Falcons sign Justin Simmons. Okay. Falcons still suck. I mean, they do. They're going to. All right, so they're replaying the punt. Why? Okay, I guess they were just replaying the punt for whatever reason. Joe Burrow was not even in the game as I expected. It's going to be Logan Woodside. So, 0-0 game. Bears had to punt the ball away. Logan Woodside. Wait a minute. Logan Woodside's getting the starting snaps over Jake Browning. That's an interesting development. I don't know if it's going to matter. But maybe they really liked what they saw out of Logan Woodside in the last game, and they're just going to, like, see what he's got. I don't know. Can't imagine Woodside's got much of a chance to make the roster, but you never know. You never know. Maybe they're thinking they could trade Jake Browning. You know, maybe that's a thought process. And you got Logan Woodside in your back pocket. That's going to be a 1-yard run for the Bengals on that play. Is cut to the outside, and the Bears were all over that one. So not a whole lot of offense in this game so far, for what it's worth. Wait a minute, Justin Simmons. Am I thinking of the same guy? Yeah, the safety. What on earth are they doing? Didn't they just sign Jesse Bates? And that's going to be a fake handoff to Travion Williams. Throw over the middle to... I was about to say Tyler Boyd. That makes me sad. Whoever number 83 is now. I don't know who 83 is now. Eric All. Oh, yeah, Eric All sighting. There we go. Eric All, the Bengals' 4th-round draft pick, I believe. He was a former standout tight end at Michigan. Got hurt, finished his career at Iowa. Did really well there, but just not enough to bring him back up to the level that he was previously projected to be drafted at. So good to see Eric All making a contribution. Logan Woodside, shotgun formation. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's got to roll out to the right. He throws, and that's caught. Travion Williams. That's going to be a first down. So good heads-up play there by Logan Woodside, who has been very impressive so far for a backup spot that I don't even think he's really got a shot at. But, again, you never know. Maybe Jake Browning doesn't do as well. Logan Woodside kills it, and maybe there's a trading partner out there for Jake Browning. That's a possibility. You never know. You never know. I mean, like, I've been saying they kind of need to trade Jake Browning anyway. Take advantage of, any hype that he's got while he's got it, because he's a backup quarterback, you know. Travion Williams takes the handoff. He gets about 5, maybe 6 yards on that first down run. My dad just texted me. What did he say? Congrats to Money Mac for the contract extension. Now watching Jamar Chase withholding comment. This goes much longer. I may have some words. Yeah, no, I agree. I would like that to happen. But I'm pretty sure you're going to have different words than me. Me and my dad don't always agree on stuff like that. All right. Logan Woodside from the shotgun formation. He's going to... wow, I think that ball got batted down. I'm not sure. And I believe that was Shedrick Jackson who caught it off of the bounce. But again, it bounced. Not going to do anything there. 3rd and 6. They got Matt Judon. Falcons got Matt Judon, apparently. Yeah, I agree. They're still going to suck. But, I mean, the Patriots had Matt Judon, and they were terrible. But they're definitely... They clearly think that spending money is going to give them wins. And it's not. So... You need a quarterback first. And I know they got Kirk Cousins and they drafted Michael Penix, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Definitely not this year. Definitely not in the short term, which is what spending money's about. All right, so it's going to be a false start, I think, on the Bengals on that 3rd and 6 play, which is unfortunate because the way they're going right now, it's probably going to kill the drive. Yep, false start. Who was it on? Was it on Jackson Carman, even though he's not in the game right now? Probably was. Probably was on Jackson Carman. And once again, we're getting lag. Terrible. Logan Woodside played with the Falcons against the Saints and helped Arthur Smith get fired. Well, I'm sure you're unhappy about that, Mikey, because I'm sure you would want the Falcons to keep Arthur Smith. All right, this is getting on my nerves, dude. I need to figure this situation out before the season starts because we can't have stuff like this happening. Looks like Tanner Hudson caught a pass, which is cool. But I guess it wasn't. So it's going to be 4th and 7 now. So we missed an entire play. I guess it was something to do with Tanner Hudson. I didn't see who got flagged, but anyway, Ryan Reckow is going to come out and punt, and that's not the greatest punt in the world. Decent punt coverage, though, so he gets out to about the 29, so that's a meh punt as far as the punter battle goes. That's a meh punt as far as Ryan Reckow goes. So far, I think Brad Robbins is well in the lead for that position, but you also never know. You never know. Ryan Reckow was highly touted going into as a punter, as much as a punter can be. It was him and Austin McNamara. And the Bengals cut Austin McNamara, so, they clearly think that Ryan Reckow is the better option. But we'll see. Dennis Allen is next. I'm still mad he apologized to the Falcons. Yeah, no, dude, I'm still mad for you. Like, that's not okay. Like you don't apologize for winning. And I get running up the score and people think that's bad and stuff like that, and okay, fair enough. But my perspective is if your teammates do that, you stand by them. Maybe you say something about it in the locker room like, hey, we don't do that. But no, you don't go out in front of the media and you say yeah, I'm so sorry for beating you by more. Like shut up, bro. I hate that. I am maybe okay with talking to your players privately and saying, hey, we shouldn't do that. We're going to be good sports next time. Or in the future. Or even you could yell at them and be like, you can't do that. But at the same time, doing that in front of the media shows, it shows weakness. It shows a complete lack of killer instinct. You wouldn't have Bill Belichick or Andy Reid or somebody like that coming out and chastising their guys for running up a score like that. No, they might still do it, but they do it behind closed doors. They're not going to project weakness like that. Dolphins scored 70, Raiders scored 63. Right, so I don't think it was about how much they scored. I think it was the fact that the Saints made an effort to they didn't need to score again. It was the end of the game, and they didn't need to score again. They just made a really, the players decided they probably overruled. Dennis Allen probably told them to take a knee, and they said no. And then that's probably why he's mad. That he's like, hey, game's over, just take a knee, be respectful, and then they didn't do that. I don't think it's how much they scored. I think it's the fact that they scored when they didn't need to at the very end of the game. And I think that's why he's upset. I don't think he handled it in any way, shape, or form the right way, though. Like, again, your philosophy can be, we're not going to run up the score, we're going to be respectful, we're going to be good sports. That can be your philosophy, but you don't go whining to the media about your players doing that. You don't go like apologizing public. You can privately apologize to the Falcons, but but publicly apologizing like that is like that's a terrible leadership. All right, Bears got the ball at the 30-yard line. Caleb Williams is going to hand the ball off, and Bengals are going to be all over that one. This is an extremely defensive game so far. Looks like that was Akeem Davis-Gaither on the tackle, or at least he was the last one to get up. There we go. Point is, if you scored 70, that means you were running up the score. Well, I mean, sort of. Like, at a certain point, yeah, but, like, at the same time, the Dolphins could have gone for the record, and they chose not to at the end. That's the difference, I think. Like, I don't think Dennis Allen's mad about scoring. I think Dennis Allen is mad about, like, scoring at the end, just like, rubbing salt in the wound. I think that's what he's mad about. Again, I don't think he handled it the right way at all. But I understand if that's his philosophy. He's like, yeah, you can't do that. All right, that's a good run stop there. That was Khalil Herbert on the run, and Joe Bachie does a good job of tracking him down. Can't quite get him for the loss that they almost had him for, but he still doesn't manage. He only gives up about 3 yards on the run, so that works out pretty good. In New Jersey today, going back to Florida tomorrow. I'm in Fairfield today, and I'm also going to be in Fairfield tomorrow, and I'm going to keep being in Fairfield for a while, for various reasons. But that's cool, man. That's cool. Traveling's fun. All right, Caleb Williams, shotgun snap. He steps up, throws, and finally completes a pass. It is not going to be enough for the first down, though, so that's going to be 4th down and probably about 1. It was Gerald Everett on the catch. Went to Atlanta a couple months ago. I've never been to Atlanta. I want to go to Atlanta. I've been to New Jersey, but I've never been to Atlanta. And I kind of want to go, like in the winter, not right now, but sometime in like the winter or something. I wouldn't mind going to Atlanta. I mean, that's part of everywhere, and I just love traveling, so that's it, I think. All right, so 4th and 1, the Bears are going to punt, as I would imagine you would do in the first quarter, even if it's a preseason game, and that ball is just going to fall. It's going to be chosen not to be returned by Jermaine Burton, I think, or no, I could be wrong about that. But either way, it's going to settle around the 11-yard line. So, I don't know. Maybe you saw something I didn't. And it was Jermaine Burton, by the way. After the really good return before, I'm not going to complain too much about that. All right, so it's still 0-0. Very defensive game so far, for what it's worth. Went to Six Flags Thursday, rode Nitro, Batman, El Toro, Skull Island. Oh, that's crazy. Where is Six Flags, like as far as in New Jersey? Apparently it's in Jackson Township. I don't know where that is. Near Trenton, which I think is actually technically in Pennsylvania. Atlanta, okay. All right. So I don't think I ever... I might have gone, like, on my way to Atlantic City, I may have gone by-ish the area that Six Flags is in, but I've definitely never seen Six Flags. Definitely not the one in New Jersey. I haven't seen any of them, I think, but definitely haven't seen that one. Plan on getting Sunday ticket next year. I might. The only issue is, like, any streaming... I don't know if Sunday tickets like this, but any streaming service I've found generally throttles you. The only one I've found that doesn't was NFL Game Pass International, and they switched over to Days In, and I'm subscribed to that service. You don't. That's like that. That's Days In is available to anybody, not just people overseas. But perhaps football games are only available overseas because I'm not seeing the Bengals game in this. But I'm paying for the membership, so I'm gonna have to. I might have to go back to using a VPN for that. But right now, I've just got to basically use free streams because that's all I have right now. And hopefully, I can fix this problem. I never want to use free streams for like games that matter, right? Because they're unreliable, they're glitchy, they don't work very well. Like people, I think the NFL complains about, oh, people get to watch the games for free, but yeah, but these are. Let me promise you, I haven't had TV really in most of my adult life, so it makes it so I've always had to find really unique ways to watch football games. A lot of them have been through these free streams that are online, and it's not a good option. It's like it's the only option you have when you're broke and you don't have any, you can't afford anything. But it's not a good option. As soon as you have the money to, you want to like be able to pay for this stuff. But again, I don't want to start paying for cable. Like if the NFL would come out with a like reliable service, then that would be one thing. Now, that's going to be a terrible first down passing play by number 11. Was that Rocky Lombardi? Because I don't think it was Logan Woodside's not 11, is he? I should probably know because it was the last drive, but no, it was Logan Woodside. Okay, yeah, that was a to Kwame Lassiter. I think it was a screen pass, and he didn't really look to see what was going on there. The Bears snuffed that one out. The Bengals lose like 4 yards on the play, so yikes and a half. All right, Logan Woodside's going to hand the ball off to Travion Williams, and he's got a big lane there. He picks up pretty much all the yards they lost, gets them down to the picks up almost about 10 yards. So I mean, it's going to be like 3rd and 4 now. They actually got a 3rd and 2. So, hey, that was a really good play right there. They got a chance to convert this. I'm going to say my prediction, Bengals 20, Bears 14. Well, you were right last week, weren't you, Connor? You had the exact correct prediction. So, I don't know. We'll see. Again, I'm not predicting preseason games because there's like when I predict regular season games, hold on, 3rd and 2, Logan Woodside is in the shotgun formation. He's going to throw, and it's caught wide open is Tanner Hudson, and he makes a couple guys miss. He gets it down to about the 33-yard line where that will be a first down. But yeah, I don't want to predict preseason games, and the reason is because like when I make my predictions during the season, is because I really kind of thought about it, thought how the game's probably going to go, how these players are going to work against the schemes and everything, and I really kind of try to get in like what kind of game do I think it's going to be and what's a good score that's going to work like that. I have no idea in the preseason because like most of the players who start aren't going to finish the game anyway, so like there's way too many factors to think about, and I just don't feel like predicting it. But I mean, hey, maybe you get it right again. I don't know. Maybe you have some sort of secret method I don't know about, Connor. All right, so that was a run on first down that went absolutely nowhere. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Yep, he had nothing. The Bears snuffed that out right away. Right away. And that was Elijah Collins on the run. They're giving him a lot of work, interestingly enough. Even though he's, I think has zero chance to make the roster. Logan Woodside's getting free rushed, and he doesn't even see the guy. He gets destroyed in the backfield. That was 100 million, 1,000 trillion % Logan Woodside's fault. Because you got to know the blocking scheme. And you got to know, if you see there's a guy potentially blitzing on the side, you know that, it's possible that Cody Ford missed his block there. Like, maybe Cody Ford was responsible for that guy. But most likely, what was going on there is Cody Ford was like the scheme. It was like a zone blocking scheme, and his job was to kind of, go to the left there. And you just had a free rusher come on the side. And when that happens, the quarterback is responsible for making sure he knows where that guy is. That's 100% Logan Wilson's fault. Logan Woodside. I mean, a false start on the next play. So this drive's basically dead. I mean, it'll be 3rd down and like $1 billion to go, but we'll see. 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18. So you never know. I mean, they've had some good plays so far, so, I mean, they can make it. The Bears are trying to pump the crowd up. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 23. So there's a Bears fan really cheering them on right now. It's like, I mean, hey, if you're gonna pay for tickets, have fun, I guess. That's gonna be a handoff, and he gets 2, keeps his legs moving. Why? Stop it. Travion Williams, like 3rd and 23, you got guys on you, and you keep your legs moving. Like I mean, okay, I respect the fight, you know, but it's 3rd and 23 in the preseason, and you got guys, you were swarmed right now, so just go down, you know, don't risk injury for something like that. Long Beach Island, New Jersey. It's pretty cool. All right, that punt goes pretty well in the Bengals' favor. I don't think it was intended that way, but it was supposed to be returned by 39 there, and he just totally misjudged that. So, I don't know who did the punt on that play, but it didn't look like it was an amazing punt. It just took a favorable bounce. I'm guessing that was probably Brad Robbins, because I'm sure they're still like rotating him. Let's see. Here for an anniversary party. It's pretty cool. Alright. Oh, maybe it was Ryan Reckow. Huh. Yeah, Ryan Reckow has taken both punts so far. Maybe they're going to, like, switch for the, switch over each quarter. I don't know. But, so my impression of Ryan Reckow through one preseason game and 10 minutes of the second preseason game, my impression of Ryan Reckow so far is I'm not impressed. Like, it doesn't look that great. You know, like, I'm not saying Brad Robbins is the truth. Obviously, he wasn't that great last year. But, you know, he so far seems better than Ryan Reckow. And I think you just go with the experienced guy at this point. If anything, they might be giving Ryan Reckow more reps right now, just because, like, they probably already know mostly what they have with Brad Robbins, so they're just seeing if Ryan Reckow can break out. That could be what's going on. I don't know. Every time it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon here, a siren goes off. I don't know why. Well, that's probably a tornado alarm, right? I would think. It's weird that they do that on Saturdays there, because we do it on Wednesdays here. But usually an alarm at noon means they're testing the tornado siren. At least that's what it means here. I don't know if it's the same in New Jersey. But it's just a test. There's probably no tornado. It's just a test. All right. Well, the Bears are going to get a chance now. Let's see if they can do anything, because neither side has done anything at all. This has been, if you came here to watch an interesting offensive battle, you came to the wrong place. Now again, I like defense, so I mean I'm still having fun watching this game. You know, kind of like, you know, you got to pay more attention to the defense and how they're doing, and like, you know, the less like sexy battles, but most people like seeing offense. That's not what we're getting today. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Caleb Williams takes a shotgun snap. He throws over the middle, and that is caught. About an 8-yard pickup. So that's their best play of the day so far. Cole Kmet on the catch. So, hey, there you go. The Bears still have their starters in, funnily enough. I don't know if the Bengals do. I'll have to look at it a little bit more, but I know the Bengals offensive starters haven't even been at all. And so that's probably a pretty good sign, right? Like, our backups are currently like tied 0-0 with the Bears starters. So that's probably a pretty good sign. All right, Caleb Williams, shotgun snap. Oh, yeah, shotgun, but he hands it off, and that's blown up in the backfield. Khalil Herbert on the run, but doesn't do anything with it. So, great play there to blow it up in the backfield by Nyongmata. I heard Jake Lisco say it on the Bengals the Locked On Bengals podcast, but I don't remember what he said. It's Mjongmata. All right, shotgun snap, Caleb Williams, throw over the middle, and that's a great pass breakup. That is a fantastic pass breakup by number 28. Josh Newton. Dude, he's I think Josh Newton's like he let that one touchdown go earlier, but everything he's done since then has been great. Josh Newton, I think Josh Newton's probably going to make the team at this rate. That's a great pass breakup to force the fourth down there. The Bears going to have to punt. Great job by Josh Newton. Really impressed on that play. All right, punt is away. It's going to be returned with a running start to about the 35-yard line where Jermaine Burton goes down. So, Jermaine Burton looking like he's a pretty solid returner so far. I don't know if you really want to... If you're wanting him to contribute more on, like as a starter on offense, maybe you don't rely on him so much to be a punt returner, but I mean, you never know. If he's good at it, he's good at it. Not in Florida? I thought you said you were in, like, New Jersey. Or did you say you're back in Florida now? I cannot find that comment to save my life. New Jersey. Oh, here we go. New Jersey today. Yeah, so you're in New Jersey, right? Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what goes on with tornado sirens in Florida, but the thing that you're talking about right now is something happening in New Jersey. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy there for a second. I was like, I swear I thought you said you were still in New Jersey. All right. Well, looks like the Bengals are going to get a chance on offense, and they haven't done shit so far either. So, we'll see. We'll see. Never know. Something interesting could happen, but just preseason, we're all just kind of getting used to the flow of things. Me too. So frankly, I'm just here. I'm glad people have showed up and talked to me, give me a little bit to practice for the regular season. But this is all just kind of getting things ready. All those technical issues earlier. Still don't know I might have to totally reinstall this plugin I have that lets you see the chat. Obviously, right now you can't really read them very well. It's kind of cut off at the bottom there, and this isn't really a good way of doing that. That would actually not be a terrible way of doing it. I mean, I'd rather put people's comments up than just have them all show up like in a stream. But I mean, that would be because it's so much more personal when I put them up, right? Like it kind of forces me to engage more, and I like that. So I'd rather just find a plugin that allows me to put the comments up on the screen. But I mean, hey, if that wasn't cut off at the bottom, that'd be a good alternative way of doing it if it's not working, I guess. But yeah, this the whole plugin just completely decided to stop working on me. It's not leaving the thing, it's not reverting back to the thing where it actually does the pop up in the first place. And when I go to set it up, it's doing it. It won't let me use the link. I have to use OBS's native thing. So it's weird. All right. So on first down, it's going to be a run. You maybe got a yard out of that. Going to Epcot in October. Is that in Orlando? Epcot? I think it's in Orlando, right? Either way, it's pretty cool. 2nd and 9. I wonder how much of Logan Woodside we're going to see today. I want to see Rocky Lombardi, personally. Because he looks like Boomer Esiason, so that's cool. But maybe he's not. I mean, if Logan Logan Woodside is better. All right, so it's going to be a fake handoff to Travion Williams, and he's going to throw it right to him. There's a flag on the play, but that's a really good run there. It's probably holding on the Bengals or something, but it's about a 20-yard pickup. That turned out to be a very good play, but okay, so I think there's an ineligible man downfield. Good God. On Matt Lee. Matt Lee, the 7th-round center that we picked up. Unfortunate. That's not great for him. he came in with a lot of as much hype as I've ever seen from a 7th-round prospect. People are like, oh yeah, he's actually really, really good. He just, obviously needs to develop a lot more. But that didn't look good to me. Ineligible man downfield. You're the center. Like, you can be better than that. All right, it's going to be a shotgun snap and a handoff to Elijah Collins, who picks up like another 1 yard. So for like as great as the offensive line looked in last week's game, they look terrible in this game. Now again, it's all backups. You're not seeing any starters like Cordell Volson, Ted Karras, Alex Kappa, Orlando Brown Jr. Amarius Mims and Trent Brown are both possible. Yeah, they're both hurt right now, so we wouldn't have seen them anyway. But yeah, you're not seeing a single starter out there right now, so I don't know if there's really a whole lot to say about it. Although interestingly enough, Jackson Carman is not out there despite only backups playing. So that should tell you how the coaches feel about him right there. That's a great pass there by Logan Woodside to Jermaine Burton for a first down. So I'm liking what we're seeing out of Jermaine Burton so far. Just in general, like, seems to be a solid, not an amazing returner, but a solid returner who, could be like kind of that, maybe be like your Pac-Man, he's like, maybe not a whole lot going to be a guy who breaks the big one, but in general, he'll probably get you some good returns, and, you can probably generally rely on him. So, hey, the Bengals did it with Pac-Man, maybe they'll do it with Jermaine Burton, who may or may not be intended to be a starter. All right, fake handoff from Logan Woodside. He's going to, dump it off to Elijah Collins anyway for about a 4-yard pickup. So had that been a run, that would have been a good run. But it was not. It was a pass, so kind of a lame pass. It's in Orlando Lake Buena Vista. What is Epcot? Like, obviously, I've heard about Epcot plenty. I just, I can't remember what exactly. Like, it's not Disney. It's not, like, Universal Studios. What exactly is Epcot? I've never been there. I don't know. It's a theme park. I know it's a theme park, but is it just a general theme park, or is it like got a particular like I said, is it like a Disney theme park? It's not Disney, but is it something like a Disney theme park or something like that? Hey, Mikey. Mikey's back. All right, we are on commercial, and it's the first quarter. Oh, it's because it's the end of the first quarter. So let me go ahead and update that. Hey, how often do I catch it myself? Let's see if I can actually get through the whole game doing it without anybody telling me. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going into the second quarter now, and it is 0 score. Bengals offense seems to be heating up a little bit, like a little bit. Not anything to get excited about, but a little bit of heating up from the Bengals offense, and exactly 0 heating up from the Bears offense. So, the theory is hopefully the Bengals can just slowly get it together faster than the Bears offense and come away with the win that way, right? As much as I care what happens in the preseason, but still. Daniel Jones threw a pick 6. He sucks. Well, we knew that. We knew Daniel Jones sucks. Like Daniel Jones is a solid fantasy quarterback, right? Because he runs a lot. So from a fantasy perspective, Daniel Jones is a solid backup pinch starter type of guy. But as a starting quarterback of your franchise, he's terrible. Terrible option. A big giant golf ball, and there are some rides you can go to countries there. Oh, interesting. I wonder if do they have the is that the one where they have the singing gophers or something like that? Josh Johnson is 11-11 versus Atlanta. Josh Johnson. Is he still in the league? How is Josh Johnson still playing? Oh my god. He's only 34 years old. He feels older than that. Oh, wait, no. This is Josh Johnson, the comedian. Josh Johnson, football. Yeah, he's 38. Okay, yeah. That's kind of crazy that he's still playing. Currently backup quarterback for the Giants. Never been there? Yeah. I just... Again, I don't know too much about Epcot. I've heard about it, but that's about it. Very defensive game so far. Bengals defense has mostly looked pretty good, but against a very bad-looking Bears offense, so it's kind of hard to tell what's quite going on there. Bengals offensive line has looked sloppy on the other side. Logan Woodside's looked pretty solid. Jermaine Burton. A lot of the skill players have looked pretty good, but the offensive line has looked really bad. But again, these are the backups. All right, Elijah Collins with there was a good some good run blocking and good vision by Elijah Collins to pick up about 8 yards on that run. So it's going to be 3rd and 2, maybe 3. 2. All right, 3rd and 2. Ravens. Is Josh Johnson on the Ravens? I thought he was on the Giants. Oh, yeah, he is on the Ravens. What do you know? Okay. That's crazy that he's still playing, dude. 38 years old. Not that that's terribly uncommon, especially for a backup quarterback, but all right, Travion Williams is going to get the handoff on 3rd and 2. He does not get the first down, though. Picks up maybe a yard. 4th down, and this drive is going pretty good. I'd go for it, man. Like, I would go for it, especially with how well your defense is playing. Like, you got the ball. It's like got the ball at the 41-yard line. It's not really a good place to punt anyway. I'd go for it here. Like, I would absolutely go for it. Like, your offense is starting to heat up a little bit. Your defense is playing well. 4th and 1 from the 41. I'd go for it. It looks like that is what they're going to do. Okay. I thought so. The only reason that you'd maybe punt is because, Logan Woodside rolls out to the right, throws, it's caught, first down. There we go. Nice little run after the catch, too, by Travion Williams. Bengals convert. But yeah, so the only reason I think you'd punt in that scenario is because it's preseason, and you're like, part of what matters is the punter battle. So maybe you give somebody an extra rep, especially because you got that short field. See what they can do with a short field. Maybe get an idea of like when the games matter. If it's like the 42 and your offense isn't starting to heat up, but you got a short field or something like that, do you want to take the chance, or do you want to maybe try to pin him back? Do you trust your punter to pin him back? That's maybe the only reason that you'd punt there, but I like the call to go for it there. All right, so it's going to be a handoff to Elijah Collins. He picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards on that play. Bengals converted to 4th and 1. Yes, they are. I know you're way ahead of me, Mikey. I was at the beginning, and then I just like lag, just destroyed me. So probably most people are ahead of me right now, which in the long run probably isn't that bad of a thing, because I've pitched this like me doing live streams before. I've pitched it before as like, if you don't like the TV announcers, do what I do with Tom Grossi and just mute the TV announcers and put me on as the guy doing the thing. And then you can like pause the game and like sync me up with it. It'd be worse if I was ahead of the game, because then you couldn't really... Well, no, because you could pause me and sync it up that way. So, yeah, you could do it that way too. Bengals take a timeout on the next play, so I'm going to be going to commercial, I suppose. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they don't have a commercial lined up. But yeah. So that's been my suggestion for years. Just like if you don't like the TV announcers, as I don't, maybe you like listening to me enough. And especially like right now, obviously we have hardly anybody in the chat. But like when there's a pretty decent number of people in the chat and the games are important, maybe it's more fun to have me doing stuff, right? Instead of listening to the terrible TV announcer. Like, if you're listening to like Lap and Horde, if you're a Bengals fan, the radio announcers, if you're listening to Lap and Horde, listen to Lap and Horde. I'm not going to beat Lap and Horde, but maybe I might be better than the terrible TV announcers. All right, 2nd and 5. Mikey says I'm not going to be happy. Well, that's not good. All right. 2nd and 5, Logan Woodside. What are you going to do here? Yeah, he's going to get it batted up in the air. It's going to be intercepted. Great. Oh, boy. Okay, so, hey, Mikey. Obviously, right now, I'm not too upset about that. But in the future, could you not tell me that something's about to happen? If you are ahead of me, don't tell me. Just because I don't want I want to give genuine reactions on this channel. I can't do that. If I know what's going to happen. So, again, right now, preseason, I don't care. I'm not mad at you. But, like, if that had happened in a regular season game, then, again, Maybe I'm not that mad because, I know what's coming and I can prepare for it mentally before it happens. But it's just, for the stream, you don't get the real genuine reaction out of me. But again, not a big deal. Right now anyway. I keep hearing about this Njongmeta, number 45. Now I see why a great play for a loss, and then play Fig Newton, excellent coverage and pass breakup. They call Josh Newton Fig Newton. That's pretty cool. Okay. My dad's saying Caleb Williams looks rattled. I think Caleb Williams looks like a rookie. Like, maybe they got him a little rattled, but I think he's a rookie, so I'm not going to read too much into Caleb Williams being bad right now. Yeah, Njongmeta. What is he like a linebacker? Because if he's a defensive end, then that's really good. No, he's a linebacker. Okay, I think he's an outside linebacker though. So I mean, maybe he's got a chance. Maybe I'll have to learn how to say Njongmeta. Or, I could probably do that right now, right? You're going to see me learn to pronounce it in live time. How to pronounce Njongmeta. First name is pronounced Muma. So Mayma is apparently Muma. So Muma Jongmeta. Okay, so the end's just silent, so it's Jongmeta. So Muma Jongmeta is how you pronounce his name. Okay, all right. So Muma Jongmeta, yeah. Not that he was like on that last play. Obviously, it was a pick. It was a pick of Logan Woodside. But with all the injuries we have on the defensive, at defensive end, Muma Jongmeta, being an outside linebacker, maybe has a chance to kind of sneak in, get a roster spot. Never know. Keith Kirkwood is destroying the Falcons. He will always be a Saint. Who's Keith Kirkwood? I don't know who Keith Kirkwood is. Wide receiver for the Ravens, apparently. Wait, I thought the Ravens game was already over. All right, so it's going to be an end around, and that's a bad play by Muma Jongmeta. Lets a guy get a first down when he probably could have had a tackle for a loss. So that was not a good play for Muma Jongmeta. I was saying like Njongmeta. He probably gets that all the time, though, I'm sure. All right, yeah, that was a good play by the Bears offense. It was a reverse handoff, and like I said, Muma Jongmeta just took a bad angle on that, got beat to the outside. All right, so it's going to be a fake handoff from Caleb Williams. He's going to have a clean pocket, throws it deep, and that was a bad play by Josh Newton there. That's going to be crazy pass interference. He was all over him, dude. Can't do that, man. Terrible play. Then again, well, I mean, it's not really much of an excuse. Perhaps he got beat. Fig Newton, apparently, is his nickname, I guess. But perhaps he got beat, and he's like, well, the only way to stop him from getting a touchdown here is to commit pass interference. I guess, whatever. Thank God it happens in the preseason, but that happens in the regular season. You're going to get crucified. And, I guess that's better than letting him get a touchdown, but now they're about to, probably. They're at least about to get points at the very least. They're almost certainly, even if the Bengals hold them, they're almost certainly going to get a field goal at this point, so. Yeah, game's in the third quarter, apparently. Are the Bears going to play Caleb Williams the entire game? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe they're just trying to get him ready. There's a flag on the first down play. False start on the Bears. Okay. So maybe the Bengals aren't going to let up a touchdown because the Bears got to get 25 yards, and outside of that one pass interference play, it doesn't seem like that's something they're quite capable of doing right now. But almost certainly going to get a field goal, though. Dude, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. from the 20-yard line. Oh, I thought it was 25, sorry. Caleb Williams got pressure, and Bengals get a sack. Bring him down, and that's a really good play right there. Now they are at the 25. So, hey, maybe they won't let a touchdown go. And stuff like that, I think, is why you... Yeah, that was Chris Jenkins, by the way. Oh, hey, Chris Jenkins sighting. Didn't play a whole lot in the last game, but he just got himself a sack there. That's good to see. The Bengals' second-round pick. Great play by Chris Jenkins. Love it. All right, Caleb Williams, shotgun snap. He's going to throw it short, and that's... Bengals are going to swallow that up. Now it's going to be 3rd and 22. Good God. So, yeah, almost certainly lining up for a field goal at this point. Bears can't do anything in this game without Josh Newton. Basically, Josh Newton gave the Bears 3 points is basically what happened. Assuming that he makes the kick, but their kicker's Cairo Santos, right? Like, he's pretty reliable. He'll probably make the kick. Now, I'm saying this assuming that something doesn't happen crazy on 3rd and 21 here, but the Bears don't seem to be able to do damn near anything, so probably not. All right, Caleb Williams, shotgun snap. He's going to roll back, throws, and that's caught. About a 7-yard pickup, so it's going to make the field goal easier. So, there you go. Bears are probably going to get on the board here, I would imagine, barring a really massive screw-up by Cairo Santos here. I mean, I know Cairo Santos isn't the most, the greatest kicker of all time, but he's a pretty damn good kicker. So, I can't imagine he's going to miss it. Huh? I don't think so. Although, I'm way behind, right? So I can't jinx somebody from what is it, 4 plays behind or some shit. All right, kicks up. It's good. That's what I thought was going to happen. Kool-Aid McKinstry's the GOAT, huh? All right, then. Well, it's good for Kool-Aid McKinstry. Kind of wanted the Bengals to take him in the draft, but who did we get? Oh, we got Amarius Mims. Yeah, I'm cool with Amarius Mims. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I didn't want the Bengals to take Kool-Aid at 18, but it's trade down, get Kool-Aid. I would have been cool with that, but I'm cool with Amarius Mims, too. Hopefully he doesn't stay hurt too long. Is the game in Chicago? Not watching the game? Yes, the game is in Chicago. Could go for some Kool-Aid. If you like Kool-Aid, fair enough. Although you got Kool-Aid. I'm not sure if you're making a joke there or not, but Kool-Aid's bad. I don't like Kool-Aid. It's I know, and it's a big thing all my friends liked growing up. I had a red dye allergy when I was a kid, so I couldn't really drink most Kool-Aid most of the time. I could probably have the other flavors, but the main one everybody always wanted to make was the red one, so I didn't really have the growing up experience with Kool-Aid that a lot of other kids had. But I think, as an adult, I drink Kool-Aid and I'm like, dude, this is trash. This isn't good. If it's about how cheap Kool-Aid is, there's other cheap drinks. Water's really cheap and it tastes way better. Love Kool-Aid. It's fair enough. A lot of people love Kool-Aid. A lot of people grow up on Kool-Aid because it's a cheap drink that kids love. But I did not grow up. Like I said, I couldn't really drink Kool-Aid as often, and I didn't. So I don't have the nostalgia for it. And as an adult, I just think it's bad. It's just not. I'd rather drink water, frankly. But I like water too. So I actually 90% of what I drink is water. Because I used to drink pop. I cut it out. You can actually probably see. I used to get I used to have acne that wasn't very good, and you see the early videos on this channel, you can see that my face isn't doing good. It's probably because I drank a bunch of pop, but I cut it out about a year ago. Not pop. I've been kind of yo-yoing pop forever, but I cut sugar out of my diet almost entirely about a year ago, and I think you can see the results. I'm not. My weight's not constantly teetering back and forth. My face is mostly cleared up every once in a while, but I also don't. It's not like I'm no sugar ever, right? So I think I got a little the remnants of a zit here. And I think that was because my wife made lemon bars the other day. So again, I'm not never eating sugar. I just generally don't because it's terrible for you. It's terrible, terrible, terrible stuff for you. Good return there by Jermaine Burton to the 30. I hate water. You can hate water all you want, Mikey, but water, nothing hits the spot when you're like parched like water. Like, I mean, even when I was drinking pop, like pop doesn't like when it's really like when you're really really thirsty. Like, I mean, when it's hot and it's just general, you're just generally hot, whatever. Pop will taste great. Beer tastes great too. As somebody who's over 21, I prefer that is the other thing. I drink water and beer. I don't drink a lot of beer. I'm not a big alcohol person, but like I do like beer, and I drink beer from time to time. But most of what I drink is water. All right, Logan Woodside, fake handoff. He's gonna throw it, and that's a good throw there to Shedrick Jackson, right? Or no, it's Kwame Lassiter. I keep getting them mixed up. Kwame Lassiter, about a 13, 14-yard pickup. Water has no taste. Well, I mean, that's not true. It tastes like water. Like, I mean, it's got a very neutral taste because most things are made, like water is generally seen as very neutral flavor. But it tastes like water. And the thing is, like, it doesn't really need a taste because, like, when you're thirsty, water has that biological mechanism that like makes you like relieves your thirst, and that's really all I'm really looking for when I'm thirsty. So I think water tastes fine. I don't think it tastes that interesting, but I don't think it tastes like unpleasant by any means. And then again, soda's terrible for you. Juice is not really that great for you either because it's just a bunch of released the sugar comes from fruit, but it's still a lot of released sugar from the smashing process. And I mean I'm not sitting here saying like beer's amazing for you, but I don't drink a whole lot of beer. And I definitely don't have as much problem with binge drinking beer as I do with like soda. So. All right, Logan Woodside's going to throw it short to Elijah Collins. He's got good blocking, picks up the first down, picks about 12 yards on the play before, 11 yards, but it was 2nd and 9 before he goes down. So the Bengals offense is humming. Maybe they can get a touchdown here. That'd be nice. Now, I mean, I want to be clear. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do their diet or whatever, right? If you want to gorge yourself on sugar every single night, that's not really... I would advise you against it, but, you do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I'm just telling you what's worked out really well for me. It's made a massive difference in my overall health and really just my general energy. But I'm also 32, so I'm talking to, teenagers here, so, take that with a grain of salt. Logan Woodside has an open, I think that's Shedrick Jackson, but he overthrows him, so unfortunate. It's going to be 3rd and 10. The Saints get every single interesting name on their team. Not every single interesting name, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. The guy who used to play for the Browns. God, I can't remember. I don't know. Sean Payton said Bo Nix is the next Drew Brees. I haven't seen Bo Nix play, but he's going to be a lot closer to Drew Brees than pretty much anybody else, I think. He's got a lot of the same traits. Elijah Collins takes the handoff. He gets about 5 yards, and the run blocking is starting to perform a little bit better too. So Bengals offense heating up. Bears are staying stagnant, even though they did get that field goal, but that was entirely due to a screw up by Josh Newton, and hopefully he doesn't do that too often. But luckily the Bears, were not able to take advantage of that. 3rd and 6. Drew Brees is a one of one. I don't know about that. I'll explain what I mean here in a second. Logan Woodside, 3rd and 6 in shotgun formation. He's going to take the handoff, and he tries to run for it. Doesn't get anything out of it. There's a flag on the play. Hopefully that's on the Bears and not the Bengals because they're at the dregs of field goal range right now. Holding on the Bengals. God. They're going to take it because that knocks them out of field goal range too. But it does remain 3rd down, so you could get back in field goal range. That was Trey Hill on the holding, by the way. Drew Brees is 1 of 1. No, he's not. Drew Brees, first of all, is he's great quarterback. Going to go in the Hall of Fame. Probably the best Saints quarterback of all time. But he's not the best quarterback of all time. There's guys coming out every year who have the potential to be better than Drew Brees. I'm not saying like Bo Nix is gonna be Drew Brees, but I am saying he's a second-round draft pick with a lot of the same traits as Drew Brees. So I mean, he could be. Now, Sean Payton saying he is like, let's see what he does, bro. But I think Bo Nix could be the next Drew Brees, theoretically. I mean, if they develop him right. And I mean, who best to develop the next Drew Brees than the last guy who developed Drew Brees? Like, I mean, don't forget Drew Brees coming out of like San Diego was about to like lose his career because like he was generally considered somewhat not a massive bust but somewhat of a bust. And then like Sean Payton doubled down on his developments, and you got what you got. So. Bo Nix could potentially be what Drew Brees would have been if Drew Brees had like developed properly from day one. But then again, he could also be a flameout. You never know. Sean Payton hasn't exactly seemed to do everything great in Denver, so I don't know. Who else can come back from Hurricane Katrina? Well, I don't think Hurricane Katrina affected their football too much. But I mean, he definitely displayed great leadership, to be fair. So. Yes, Drew Brees handled that very, very well, but, I mean, I don't think that's something that nobody else could ever do. All right, Logan Woodside, 3rd and 16. He's going to throw it short, and nothing there. So it's going to be, again, I think that's Shedrick Jackson, number 12. I think I'm right about that, but he's going to get tackled about the 40, and I'd bring Evan McPherson out. I would, because, like, you're not punting from there. It's, it's like 4th and 9, so you're not going for 4th and 13, so you're not going for it. I would go for the long field. They're going to punt, but I'd test. No, okay, it's the 45. Never mind. Yeah, punt. That's the correct move. I thought it was the 40. Nope, it's the 45. All right, punt is away, and that is nice punt. Wow. Okay, all right. That's going to be down at the 7-yard line. That's a damn good punt. Who was that? Who did that? Was Ryan Reckow. All right. Well, that's the first great punt I've seen from Ryan Reckow so far. So, all right. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and say that it's pretty close now. I'd say just about even. But I haven't seen a great punt out of Brad Robbins yet. That was a great punt by Ryan Reckow. And I mean, it's like obviously there's room to improve even on that. But I mean, you downed them at the 7. That's a damn good punt, bro. That's something that Brad Robbins really struggled with last year. So, if you think that Ryan Reckow can potentially bring more of that out, then if Brad Robbins can replicate that at some point, then I think Brad Robbins, you give him the advantage. But based off of everything I've seen so far. That definitely makes it more difficult. That punt right there makes it more difficult because you just haven't seen Brad Robbins really do something like that yet. But I don't know. I'm not saying that Ryan Reckow is the favorite now because that one punt. But what I am saying is I think that's going to help his case quite a lot. Drew Brees was so disrespected. No, he wasn't. What? What are you talking about? Maybe, okay, so Mikey, as a Saints fan, I'm sure you heard all of the Drew Brees disrespect, and you probably were listening for it too. But no, he wasn't. Dude, Drew Brees was, like, as I recall, Drew Brees was honestly overrated, like, half the time. Like, there were way more people in the NFL saying he's, like, the greatest quarterback of all time, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, there was a legitimately large, possibly minority, but large number of, large minority of people saying that Drew Brees is the GOAT at one time. No, Drew Brees was not disrespected. He may have been disrespected by Falcons fans and Panthers fans and Buccaneers fans, and people who were trying to get on your nerves, sure. But as far as the national narrative goes, no, Drew Brees was overrated, if anything. And I'm not saying Drew Brees was bad, but I don't think he was as great as some people tried to make him out to be. 2009 MVP was Brees, wasn't Peyton. Yeah, and that 2009 season was great, man. I'm not saying he wasn't. He's absolutely a Hall of Famer. But talking about MVP and awards, I don't know. The only person I ever thought who got disrespected for awards that I can remember, that like thinking back in my lifetime, I'm like, no, this guy should have won over this guy. Like, the only guy who I can ever remember that being a consistent thing was Russell Wilson. And obviously nowadays sounds like a crazy thing to say, but there was a time when Russell Wilson was, probably deserving of certain awards and never got them. Drew Brees, I think Drew Brees got about what he earned, frankly. He was a great player, best Saints quarterback in their history, but he wasn't like, Tom Brady, I just saw 3 planes with flags on the end in a line. I've never seen that. Probably some sort of flyover, I guess. I don't know. I mean, oh, no, you're in New Jersey. Never mind. I was saying it was Florida, but now it's New Jersey. All right, as a first down play, Caleb Williams finally gets something going there. Guy's helmet gets ripped off, but nobody's getting penalized for it, so whatever. Look, I'm not trying to disrespect Drew Brees, Mikey. I'm just saying he's not the GOAT, and some people try to act like he was. Yeah, you're just trying to be biased. That's fair enough. You did the same thing with Derek Carr when y'all first signed him. But at the same time, like, I mean, you're not. It's not crazy for you to say that Drew Brees was like make all sorts of crazy claims about Drew Brees, right? Because Drew Brees was amazing. It's just that I also think some temperance needs to be had with him, because, like, I mean, he was great, but he wasn't the all-time great that some people like to act like he was. Bengals defense starting to break down now. Khalil Herbert gets a big run on that play. Oh boy, this drive's not going great for him. Yeah, either a flyover or maybe some sort of advertising campaign, Connor. I don't know. Apparently Tyron Smith, probably, of the Cowboys, is still out with an allergic reaction, according to the ticker. Apparently the Bears are on Hard Knocks, so you see them react to the Bengals game, I guess. All right, wow. Caleb Williams massively does a great job of avoiding pressure and avoiding a sack, but when he actually throws the ball, it like sails on him. So that was a really, really, really great job of making yourself safe from like a terrible, either terrible offensive line or great defensive pressure. But then he just kind of like screws it up by like throwing it to nobody. So much for that. Ocean Casino Resort that's based in Atlantic City. I've never been to a casino I liked. Not once. I hate casinos. At least my experience so far has been boring. Very boring. Caleb Williams is going to throw it deep, and oh my God, that is caught. Rome Odunze. Wow. Okay, that was special right there. Caleb Williams, once again having to dodge pressure and getting himself in position to like make a pass. Looked like he was just throwing it up to see what happened, but the reality is he made a great connection with Rome Odunze there. Is that potentially a is that potentially a preview of what's to come between these two for the next 4 years? That was a great pass and catch, and Josh Newton on the other end of it, and not much Josh Newton can really do about that. He covered pretty well, and Caleb Williams just bought time, and eventually you're going to lose that. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's a great play by Josh Newton or anything, but that was really just an incredible play by Caleb Williams to make that happen. So, for the first time today, I think I can say, wow, Caleb Williams looks great. Now, I mean, he doesn't, but that one play looked great. Heard Kamara is holding out. I think you mentioned that because because like when we were on your stream, we were talking about what's his name, Jamal Williams, and you mentioned that Alvin Kamara is holding out, and that's why Jamal Williams is getting all this time. So Yes, I think I did hear that Alvin Kamara is holding out. That's unfortunate. But again, preseason. Like, I mean, maybe you want him to get some reps and stuff, but still. All right. I think Jamal should be a great player in the next couple of years. I don't know, maybe Mikey. If Jamal Williams is doing bad now, the problem is Jamal Williams is already a somewhat established player. So the idea that he's going to develop is unlikely. I think the only hope you can really have is that they were expecting him to be brought in as a complement to Alvin Kamara. So hopefully when Alvin Kamara comes back, maybe that gives Jamal Williams more of a chance to do what he came to like New Orleans to do. But I think Jamal Williams at this point is pretty much you already know what you're getting out of Jamal Williams. So I mean he was great in Detroit. That's weird that he's doing this bad in New Orleans. But at the same time, I don't really see him. I don't see him developing a whole lot. Maybe he'll be okay in a few years, but I don't see him being great in a few years at all. And that's unfortunate because I like Jamal Williams. I ain't got nothing against the Saints. I think Jamal Williams could be great in the UFL. That would be interesting. I meant to cover the UFL, by the way, and I just didn't. So, missed opportunity there. But as you guys know, my life is really hectic right now, and mostly because I'm in school, and part of school is to try to make the channel better. So, it's unfortunately it's taking more of a toll on the channel than I thought it would. But, we'll be back to like full swing at some point. Probably after school's over, but, might even at that point might be a year or two because I'll have to adjust to my new career, but you never know. You never know. Live with two families. Is it like another family live in your house or something? All right, and we're getting lag. Great. Awesome. Go back to this one. All right. So whatever that was, it was an attempt to throw it in the end zone, and it didn't work. So I didn't see the play. But I think I'm more caught up now. I think I'm back to closer to, maybe not caught up with you, Mikey, but hopefully I'm a little closer. So right now it's currently 2nd and goal. So definitely going to have to fix this by the regular season, but good job by Caleb Williams to avoid. He was way out of bounds at that point. Okay. Yeah. Caleb Williams found Rome Odunze in the back of the end zone, but he was out of bounds. Like behind the end zone is where he found him. Caleb Williams is going to throw it on his back foot, and that just sails. So it's going to be 3rd and goal now. So apologies that I don't know what happened between what was happening earlier and now it's like 1st and 2nd and 3rd and goal. But that's where we're at. So I'm guessing it's going to be another field goal for the Bears here. Maybe the Bengals offense can do something? Ever? Maybe? Probably not. I don't know. Got 1:44 left to go in the second quarter, for what it's worth. So maybe a better second half. I don't know. Caleb Williams, shotgun snap. He's dancing around, taking way too long to throw the ball, man. Like, he's going to have to figure that out because right now he's doing this against backups, and he's going to run in for a touchdown. So, he made it work, and Caleb Williams over here, like, celebrating, starting to heat up a little bit. Cool. Awesome. Caleb Williams starting to look a lot better. He's also doing it against backups. So, like, that kind of, like, running around like that is not going to fly against starters. So, I mean, I'll give him props for making it happen. Bears are it's 9-3 now. So, Bears are winning. But if I was the coach, I would use this as a learning opportunity for Caleb Williams because that's not going to work against starting caliber players. Like, you can't run around. I mean, I'm not saying that won't ever work, but most of the time that play, that's not going to work out. You can't do that. All right, kick is up, and it's good, so it's 10-0 Bears. Can you get fined for not playing backups in preseason? No? You could play. You play starters the entire game. They don't care. I mean, the starters would care, obviously. Like, that'd be a stupid idea because you want to keep your. I mean, I'm sure like the ownership of your, like, if you're the coach and you're playing starters for an entire preseason game, the owner of the team is probably going to be very upset with you. But no, there's no rule against it in the NFL. It's just teams generally don't because they're meaningless games. Why would you have the starters play the whole game? Maybe in the case of Caleb Williams that happens, but I'm guessing we'll probably see the backup in the second half. Like what they want, what they're doing right now is they want Caleb Williams to like he's a rookie, right? So he's gonna have, as we've seen, he's gonna make some rookie mistakes, and I think what they're wanting is for him to go ahead and get those rookie mistakes out now, play as much as you can, get adjusted to the speed of the game, and just do that now, and so that you're ready to go in the regular season. I think that's what they're doing. But no, there's no rule against it. In the NBA, the Spurs got fined for benching Tim Duncan. What, like in the preseason? What? Why? Is that like a rule? I mean, I guess I can see maybe the NBA like union, whatever they're called. I could see them maybe doing something like that, like establishing a rule like that. I've just never heard of that. In the finals, how? Like, what do you mean? How did they get fined for that? What? That's crazy. Logan Woodside, shotgun snap. He's gonna throw. It's caught. About an 8 or 9 yard pickup. Have I been to Atlanta? Oh, Mom says I have been to. I'm sure I have been to Atlanta, Mom. Like, what? Like when I was like 2, right? When we went to Disney World when I was like a little kid. So I'm sure I've been to Atlanta that way. But like, I definitely don't ever remember going to Atlanta. Or maybe when we went to Mexico, maybe we stopped in Atlanta on like the plane. It was like a holdover or something. I don't know. But I definitely don't ever remember being in Atlanta. And I definitely have never gone that far south on my own. The farthest south I've ever gone on my own is Myrtle Beach. Anything's more south than Myrtle Beach, I don't really have a whole lot of interest in. Maybe Atlanta. I would kind of like to go to Atlanta, but and Orlando. Orlando. Me and my wife, Kayla, Mom. We're going to. We don't have a date yet, but we bought this like vacation package in Orlando. So we're gonna at some point we're going to Orlando. Great pass there by Logan Woodside to Kwame Lassiter. That's gonna get it down to about the 50. That's gonna be a first down for the Bengals. So yeah, we're going to Orlando. I don't know when. Probably sometime in like January or something. But that's happening. Logan Woodside, shotgun snap. He's going to throw, and that's caught. Wow. That got like almost knocked down, and like both by like the defensive end and by the cornerback, and that still got completed. That was that fooled the cameraman. So hey, good pass there. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap. Logan Woodside. They're just like blazing right through this. Kwame Lassiter's going to get it again. He's going to get it down to the 45, and that's another Bengals first down. I think they're going no huddle. Now they got a timeout, so I think they were just trying to like catch the Bears off guard, and now they're giving the players a chance to rest. Oh, right, because it's almost the end of the second quarter. That's what's happening. And the Bears are probably just like, get whatever, just don't get a touchdown. Yep. 28-3. If I ever do go to Atlanta, I'm gonna wear a shirt that says 28-3 on it, just to be provocative. I got nothing wrong with the Falcons. I'm not a Saints fan or a fan of any of those teams, so I don't personally have a problem with the Falcons. But I'd wear a 28-3 shirt just to piss him off. That'd be funny. All right, 10 seconds left from the 36-yard line. So they're in field goal range. Better do something quickly. And Logan Woodside tried to do something, didn't see it, so he's going to sail it to the end zone. Going to bring Money Mac out to see if he can get his first field goal of his $15 million career. Was it $15 million, right? I think they paid him $15 million. 54-yard field goal attempt. He should get this, but it is the preseason, so we'll see. $16 million. This $16.5 million contract over 3 years. So the $16 million man coming out. Ball's out, kicks up, and that is good. Let's go. That was a good one. That was a good one. That had plenty of leg on it. That would have been good from 60. That would have easily been good. Well, no, yeah, because it was veering left. Like it was close to the right upright, but it was veering left. So that almost certainly would have been good from like 60 yards, maybe even further. All right, Bengals are on the board, so that's something. That's better than nothing. Probably take a. We'll go pee for the halftime. I don't know. At halftime, I'm probably gonna dip out. No, I'm not gonna eat like I did last week. But I'm probably gonna take that opportunity to do that real quick. Drove through Atlanta when I moved to Florida. I have not been to Florida in my adult life. I went when I was a little kid, to Disney World. But outside of that, I haven't been to Florida. I don't even think outside of going to Florida in the winter, I don't like me and my wife are going to Orlando. We're gonna try to go in the winter because screw going to Florida in the summer. Like the idea of being in Florida right now, I'm slightly uncomfortable right now in my air-conditioned house in Ohio right now. Right, like I would rather it be a little cooler in here. So to be in Florida right now, good God, no. What about that short before going to Atlanta? It's pretty funny. Drove through Alabama to get to Atlanta. I don't think I've ever even been to Alabama. Could be wrong. But, you'd have to ask my mom. My mom would remember. I went to Legoland in Atlanta, and I went to Stone Mountain. I went to something, I don't know if it was like Legoland, but I went to something like that in Kansas City. They had this big mall, and there was this Lego store that was insane. Huge. Let me go ahead and update it to halftime here. Doing pretty good with it so far. Haven't missed one yet. Maybe that's a good sign. I don't want to jinx it, though. Kyle, have I heard the Ohio jokes? I've heard plenty of Ohio. I live in Ohio. Well, of course I've heard... I don't know what Ohio jokes you're talking about, but I've heard plenty of Ohio jokes. One of them's a vice presidential candidate for the United States. By the way, that's not a political joke. That's a Middletown joke. You'd have to be from Ohio to get it. Frankly, you'd have to be from Southern Ohio to get it. I don't think Thomas would understand what most people probably are aware of Middletown now because of J.D. Vance, but they don't know about They don't know about Middletown, right? Trust me, if I was from Middletown, I wouldn't be telling people I'm from Middletown. That's what Middletown is. Nobody likes Middletown. People in Middletown. Look, read J.D. Vance's biography. Nobody likes Middletown. Middletowners don't like Middletown. J.D. Vance is from Middletown, wrote a book about being from Middletown, and in the whole book, he's like, dude, Middletown sucks. It really does. But, probably ought to be a little careful about saying stuff like that, right? Because, this being a Bengals channel, I'm sure there's people who follow my show who are from Middletown, and maybe they wouldn't like me talking trash about Middletown too much. But you know what? That's, half of what we do on this channel is talk trash anyway. So, get over it. Yeah. In 2019 and moved to Florida in 21. Oh, I went to Legoland in Atlanta. Went to Stone Mountain in 2019. Moved to Florida in 21. I moved to Fairfield in 21. I think. No, it was 20. Well, okay, so we bought the house in 20. I think it was November of 20 when we actually moved here. So technically not 21, but almost 21. But like we bought the house in like June of 21, but we didn't live here for a couple of months because like our lease, we still had our lease at the old house. And or no, okay, I guess it was November. So like officially, legally, I think we moved here in November. But like we still maintain the old house, partially just because it was a lot easier just to leave stuff over there and gradually move things over than get like a moving truck and move everything over all at once. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, that would have been the very end of 21 when we were like fully living here 100% full time. And then 20. Yeah, before that we were living in Coleraine. Not Florida though. Not Florida. Or Middletown, for that matter. Thank God. I used to deliver in Middletown. Me and my wife worked at the same FedEx contractor for a little while, and her route was in Middletown, like the dregs of like the like it was the center of Middletown. It was Middletown, right? But my route every once in a while spilled out over into Middletown, but I was mostly in Monroe and Liberty Township, which are kind of like the surrounding areas. For those of you who don't know where any of this stuff is, but like my route was like right on the edges of Middletown, but I didn't often deliver in Middletown itself. Sometimes I did, but not that often. But my wife's route was like Middletown, and often I went over and I helped her out, so I did deliver plenty in Middletown. It just wasn't necessarily my route. It was just because she was my ride home and I wanted to go home, so might as well help you out, finish your route. Also because I was a nice guy, Actually, no, I think I was her ride home. But I'm not going to leave without her, right? So. Daniel Jones. Oh, Daniel Jones threw a pick six from the end zone. That's terrible. That's rough. You got to throw it away, bro. You got to throw that ball away. Good God. It's preseason, though. It's preseason for everybody. It's preseason for Daniel Jones. It's preseason for the announcers. It's preseason for me with all the technical difficulties we had today, starting out the stream. It's preseason for everybody. Dude, I'm actually, it's genuinely kind of hot in here. This isn't great. I got a whole second half of a stream to go. You know what? I said on halftime I was going to use the bathroom, so I'm going to do that real quick. And we're going to pee for whichever side of the Bengals team gets the ball second or first. Whichever side comes out first. So, I'm going to do that real quick. That looks fine. By the way, that's not 100% word. A lot of it's not necessarily word. It's just dogs are good dogs. All right. Still halftime. Exciting. Almost missed this stream because I had to work till noon today. But most of the time, that's not going to be a problem because, the Bengals don't typically play on Saturdays. But that almost was a problem today. But just barely got home and stuffed enough food in my face to the point where I felt comfortable doing the show. So, probably going to have, this week, I'm probably going to have a video come out. I'm guessing, let's see. Probably do that roster prediction episode. And then maybe next week I might do that season prediction episode. But, like the picking every game episode. I might do that in the form of a Battle of Ohio podcast, though. Might have to talk to Thomas. We'll see. Yeah, this week I'm probably going to come out with a roster prediction episode. Because, we'll be 2 preseason games down and all of training camp down. Somebody wanted me to make a training camp video. So, that'll kind of sort of take care of that. We'll talk about everything that kind of happened in training camp. We'll talk about what's happened so far in preseason. And with one preseason game left to go, there'll probably be some battles that won't be decided, like Brad Robbins and Ryan Recco. Although I would still say right now, even though like Ryan Recco had that great punt that was downed in the 7, but I still would say Brad Robbins is probably the favorite, just because he's been okay. Not super exciting, but he's been fine. And Ryan Recko's been kind of up and down. He had that really great punt earlier, but it wasn't, that was one really great punt out of an overall offseason that was okay, up and down, some good, some bad, etc. So far, I think, especially with his experience with the team, it's probably Brad Robbins' race to lose at this point. But we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, I'll go through that a little bit more in depth in the video. And some other. There's probably other battles too that are not quite decided yet. But what's the point in doing a prediction if I already have all of the evidence, right? In general, I like to have most of the evidence, but still do some speculation. But then again, I don't know. I could do it after the 3rd game, but what is it? Cut downs are aren't cut downs are the 26th? Is that right? Cut down day is. Oh, does that say the 18th? Okay, no, okay. Wait. Okay, yeah, 27th. The 27th is the final cut down day. So I got about 10 days to make it. So I'll probably have it come out sometime this week. Partially because if I wait until after the 3rd game, then I'm not going to have very much time to make it before the cuts are actually made. So to get some circulation, we'll probably go ahead and put out that episode this week. So, look forward to that. Mikey, you still haven't told me what the Ohio jokes are. Tell me the Ohio jokes. Give you a little preview real quick. See what the Bengals roster is looking like. All right, so probably keep. I'm guessing they'll only keep 6 wide receivers. So you got Jamar, T, Andre Yoshivas, and then the first off the bench will be, I think, Jermaine Burton, and then you'll have 7, right? No, yeah, 6. All right, so actually we're back. Never mind, I'll go through that later. So that's gonna be the Bengals get barely anything on that return, get it down to the 22-yard line. That was bad, and there's a flag on the play, so we'll see. Hi, Lily. Yep, on the Bengals. Holding on the Bengals. Wonderful. So it's going to be they're going to have the 12-yard line. Probably do that with the Saints side. Do it. Remember when my when I was squirted by a water bottle with my mom? Yeah, I do. That was funny. My brain doesn't allow me to lie. You lied a lot about Derek Carr, Mikey. Where did I used to live, Connor? I used to live in Coleraine, Ohio before that. I mean, I've always lived in the Cincinnati area. Briefly lived in Athens because I was going to college there. But going to be a handoff for about a 5-6 yard pickup. So that was a pretty decent play. Is Caleb Williams... I mean, he's totally dressed down at this point. Looks like he's just completely going off the field. So, like, I mean, why don't you stick around and watch the rest of the game? Unless, well, maybe he's not doing that. Okay, yeah, he is. Okay, I misinterpreted the way that the camera angle was showing there. Okay, yeah, he's just hanging out on the sideline. All right, Logan Woodside, fake handoff, good protection. He just got to dirt it. I don't know why. You had plenty of time there. There's a flag on the play. What's the flag? Looks like they're going to call it on the Bears, so maybe that's why Logan Woodside just dirted it, because he knew that it was a free play. Penalties declined? What? I'm so confused. It's going to be 2nd and 6. I'm very confused. I don't know what's going on. Damn it! Thank you, Mikey. I almost had it. Thank you, Mikey. I'm gonna get it one of these days. I'm gonna get it one of these days, and you're not gonna tell me. I'm gonna get it before you tell me. All right, Logan Woodside, fake handoff, steps up, and he gets out of pressure. Good job there, and he's just gonna run for it, and he does. He picks up the first down. There you go. Thank you, Mikey. Genuinely, thank you. I'm just annoyed because, like, trying to do it myself. There's a flag. The Bears look mad, so it's probably on the Bears. That's not lying. That's optimism. It's not too far off. Lily says the Bengals are losing. The Bengals are losing. It's preseason, so and no starters have played, so kind of don't care. But the Bears, that was a massive shot to Logan Wilson's head. Yeah, of course that's a penalty. Definitely. I didn't see him. He brought the elbow down, dude. He elbow dropped him right on the head. Yeah, you can't do that. Everything happens in Ohio. I've heard way more. That's quite a mild joke compared to some of the jokes they make about Ohio, Mikey. Lou Headley played solid last week. That's good. All right, so it's going to be a screen pass, and this one's going to work out pretty well. 17, he picks it up and gets a first down, probably about 12-yard pickup on that play. There you go. Bengals offense having a good drive so far. This is a game for me. I'm sure it is. Sure it is. And I'm glad you do it, by the way, because it makes... When I forget, which is apparently every single stream, when I forget, it makes the stream worse, right? So, like, you doing what you do, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's also a good thing because it keeps me on top, and it's not that embarrassing. So, I'm glad you do it. I want to get it myself at some point. I want to not have to. I want to not have to have the help. Elijah Collins takes the handoff and picks up about a yard. But again, I want to emphasize, I do appreciate you doing that. I get annoyed because I feel I should be doing better. But, it is what it is. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. Been a good drive so far. Not a great last play. The way I reacted, yeah. It's because I want to do better. Logan Woodside, shotgun snap. He's going to throw. It's too high for Eric All. But he probably would have been hit anyway, and that would have been like maybe a 1-yard pickup. All right, hopefully this drive doesn't stall out because they were doing pretty good. Lily, Bengals losing. Yep. It is what it is. I'll get more upset about the Bengals losing when it happens in the regular season. That will, that'll matter. It's preseason though, so I really just I'm more. It's more about how individual players are playing right now. How we can see them potentially developing for the regular season. All right, shotgun formation, empty for Logan Woodside. Takes the snap, rolls back, throws, and that is, wow, that was a terrible pass. Intercepted. All right, well, so much for Logan Woodside having a chance to make the team, I think. Like I said, I think Logan, if Logan Woodside has the best preseason, absolutely flawless, looks amazing, and Jake Browning does terrible, maybe they'll go try to find a trading partner, but, yep. Doing stuff like that, though, there's no chance, yeah. It looks like that was partially miscommunication. 17 did not know that ball was coming at all. There were multiple streams. I save you. Remember when you missed the first half of Bengals Ravens? Yeah. That made me so mad. Because, like, you know, I've got a bit of a rhythm now. I hopefully that won't happen again. I've got a bit of a rhythm now because, like, OBS updated, so, like, I can start streaming without going live. So, like, I do that to make sure that the feed is connected before I actually go live. And so it forces me to think, oh, I have to go on YouTube and click go live. I can't just do that from straight just OBS, right? So hopefully that's a problem that should be resolved now. Not saying I won't make mistakes of any kind in the future, but hopefully that's one that won't happen again. Because OBS, like in the past it was finicky. Like sometimes if you like started streaming, then it would like go live, but sometimes it wouldn't. Now it seems to be pretty consistent that if you hit start streaming, it doesn't automatically go live on YouTube ever. So I have to think about it that way. And like I said, I can use it to test to make sure everything's working. So hopefully that won't happen again. But yes, that was quite annoying. That was really annoying because, man, like there was some good content in the first half of that game. Like I was really mad because like that would have made a really good reaction video. Like some of the stuff that was happening earlier in that game, and we just lost all of it because of that issue. Hopefully it's fixed now, but like we'll never get that back. Never get that back. I wasn't even recording on OBS yet, so that's just completely, it doesn't exist anymore. I couldn't show it to you if I wanted to. I remember it though. Going into my second season on YouTube, hell yeah, Mikey. I'm going into my fourth season, I want to say, because 4.5. Because like I started, well, no, because we started the Battle of Ohio podcast. So if you're counting the Battle of Ohio podcast, then I'm in my 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. No, I guess I'm starting my 5th season, I guess it would be. Because, like halfway through 21 is when I started doing this channel. But I think I was doing the Battle of Ohio podcast for like 1.5 years before that, if I recall. All right, that's going to be a handoff, and the Bengals are all over that one. Good play. Caleb Williams is no longer in the game, by the way. It's Tyson Bagent. Bears quarterback now is Tyson Bagent. And so, overall, if you're a Bears fan, you're probably happy that the starters, won. But they're also going against backups. Like, there were no Bengals starters in that game, except I think maybe on the first drive. There were some Bengals starters, but, the Bears offense didn't do well then. So, if you're like I said, if I was a Bears fan, all right, it's going to be caught over the middle, first down for number 10. I don't know who that is. If I'm a Bears fan, then my impression so far is Caleb Williams had a few good plays against backups, but also had some really sloppy plays against backups. So if I'm a Bears fan, I'm not terribly happy with what I saw. Maybe it's good to see Caleb Williams out there doing crazy Caleb Williams things, but it was also doing it in a very sloppy way, which, again, if I am a Bears fan, then that bothers me, right? Again, as far as the score goes, like, I don't care as a Bengals fan, nor would I care as a Bears fan. Okay, again, to be clear, I care a little bit, like, part of me wants to see the Bengals have the higher score at the end of the game, but again, it's preseason, so I really don't care. And it's preseason, and it's not even none of the starters have played, so I really don't care, right? Mikey says Caleb Williams finna bust. Well, I don't know. All right, first down for the Bears on 2nd and 2, just barely, but he got it. Caleb Williams finna bust. I don't think so. I don't know. I think Caleb Williams will be fine. He is on the Bears, so that doesn't help. There maybe is a chance that he busts just because the Bears are notorious for ruining quarterbacks. So you never know. But I don't know. From what I've seen so far, he looks like he's got something there. Like there's definitely something there. This isn't like your typical first round, guy who's headed to be a bust who comes in and he's just awful right away, right? Like from what I've seen so far, he's all right. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of potential, but he really needs to he's sloppy. And he really needs to, kind of rein some things in. That's my impression so far. But again, it's the second preseason game. I wouldn't worry about it just yet. If anything, if I was a Bears fan, I'd be encouraged by the fact that, all that potential is flashing. It's against backups, but, NFL players nonetheless. So, the flashes are good. I don't think he's going to bust. I wouldn't say that I would bet money that he's not going to bust, but I don't think so. Mitch had one great year, then was mediocre. Fields busted so hard. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. The fact that he's on the Bears makes me think that yeah, maybe he could bust. But I don't know if Fields busted hard. I think Fields was kind of up and down. He was good sometimes. He was really good sometimes, and he was not good at other times. And then the Bears just gave up on him. So, was Justin Fields a bust? I don't know if Justin, it's so lame to call individual players a bust because, what really is the bust? And that's a really good run stop there by the Bengals for no gain. But what really is the bust? The draft pick is a bust, right? They had a high draft pick and they used it on a guy who didn't work out. But sometimes when you get Ryan Leaf, Johnny Manziel, guys like that, those guys are busts because they just didn't they had so much potential and they didn't even bother to try, and they just they flamed out. That's when an individual human player is a bust. I don't know if that's Justin Fields because Justin Fields was all right. Now the pick was a bust. The pick was absolutely a bust. But I think Justin Fields has potential, and hopefully not in Pittsburgh. Hopefully it doesn't work out for him in Pittsburgh and he goes somewhere else. But I think he's got potential in other places. I think Justin Fields could revive his career because he showed flashes with the Bears. Fields sucks. I mean, he's up and down. He's not what you wanted out of what was it the 10th overall draft pick? Fields is definitely disappointing by that metric, but I don't know. I feel like he would have been better if he had been on not the Bears. Touchdown for the Bears, by the way. Great. I hate the Steelers because of Fields. Join the club, Mikey. I mean, I don't have a problem with Justin Fields, but I kind of hate him a little bit because he's on the Steelers. I didn't really hate Russell Wilson all that much. Now he's on the Steelers, and I definitely hate him. I don't want to hate Russell Wilson, but I do now that he's on the Steelers. I don't want to hate Justin Fields, but I guess I do now that he's on the Steelers. But I don't have any problem with Justin Fields. I mean, he played for Ohio State, and now he plays for the Steelers, so I should really hate him. I just kind of don't, All right, kick is up. That's good. So it's 17-3, and the Bears have got this one pretty wrapped up at this point. So, I don't know. I'm kind of ready for this game to be over. My neck hurts. During the season, I might, take some ibuprofen if I'm going to be sitting here in the chair this long, sitting up like this. Same with Kirk Cousins. Yeah, right. You don't necessarily want to hate Kirk Cousins, but you do because he's on the Falcons. I get that. I don't hate Kirk Cousins. But I probably would find a reason to hate Kirk Cousins if he was on the Steelers. So I feel you on that one. I definitely get that. And I respect it, too. I respect it. But again, like I said, I don't have that much of a problem with the Falcons, so I don't have any problem with Kirk Cousins. I think it's kind of funny that he, his mouth screwed him out of a draft pick just because he's stupid. Like, I thought that was funny. But, no, overall, I have no problem with Kirk Cousins. He's all right. He played for the Vikings, and he was a decent quarterback when Mike Zimmer was there. And I was a fan of the Vikings when Mike Zimmer was there, right? So, I mean, I don't give two hens of a shit about him now. But I did like the Vikings when Mike Zimmer was there. I was rooting for him. And I know Kirk Cousins and Zimmer didn't get along very well, but he played pretty okay for them for a while. You know, had some interesting... did some interesting things with them and never really quite got him over the hump. He was kind of like a better version of Andy Dalton for them, but and a massively overpaid one too. But yeah, I wanted Mike Zimmer to succeed and he didn't, and it's sad. And I kind of wanted Lou Anarumo to go get like a defensive coordinator job somewhere so that we could bring Mike Zimmer back here. Although I will say he didn't really take he didn't get a defensive coordinator job anywhere. So I mean, you never know. Like, I mean, if the Bengals have another good year on defense and Lou Anarumo gets himself a head coach job, we could always see Mike Zimmer come back. I would love that personally. Falcons did the same thing we tried to do. We tried to get Kirk Cousins. It's weird. I think Derek Carr might be a better option than Kirk Cousins personally. Bryce Young was with Alabama and Carolina. Do you not like Alabama? I mean, I guess you're an LSU fan, right? So yeah, I can imagine you wouldn't like Alabama. I got no problem with Alabama personally. I mean, I definitely rooted for LSU when they played when Joe Burrow and Tua were the quarterbacks, but all right, so that's going to be down to the 25, and there's another flag. Dude, kickoffs suck. What is this? Another holding. Can we just get rid of kickoffs? This is stupid. Like, if we're going to kill kickoffs, let's just kill them. You know? Like, let's just get rid of them. This is stupid. Mike Zimmer's in Dallas. Yeah, but he's not the DC, though, right? Like, he's like an assistant coach. Or he's like a assistant DC or something. No, he is the defensive coordinator. Wow. What do you know? Huh. Okay, then. All right, so it's going to be a pitch to 36, and he's going to get swallowed up in the backfield. That sucks. I will say, Mike Zimmer was the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys for quite a long time before that 1 year he had in Atlanta, and then he became our DC, right? So maybe we see something similar happen. Maybe he's back in Dallas now, and then maybe, you know, if the Bengals end up having an opening, maybe he comes to Cincinnati, right? That'd be awesome. I'd love to get Zimmer back. I don't know. I mean, because like he lives in northern Kentucky, right? So I mean, like he's got plenty of incentive to come back. We got an aging quarterback on a 4-year deal. So did they? Okay, I don't know what Kirk Cousins' deal is, but they paid him a lot of money, and Kirk Cousins is more than aging. So I don't know why you'd want Kirk Cousins over Derek Carr. Like at least I think Derek Carr's got a couple more years in the tank, doesn't he? Like Kirk Cousins is pretty old. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is 35, and Derek Carr is 33. So, I mean, yeah, he's not, like, young, but he's a little younger than Kirk Cousins. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd rather have Derek Carr, personally, than Kirk Cousins. Partially because you don't have to pay Derek Carr as much. Didn't go after Kirk. Yeah, but you're saying you did the same thing, getting Derek Carr, right? But I think Derek Carr is a better option, personally. Oh, my God. Wow. Logan Woodside just gets destroyed by that pressure, and he goes down. Awful pass blocking there. Awful pass blocking. Interesting. Logan Woodside still in the game. I'd think we'd see is Jake Browning hurt? is if Jake Browning's hurt, I guess I get it. But I think that they'd at least, yeah, okay, he's got a rib injury. All right, that makes sense. I think you'd at least see Rocky Lombardi go in. Like, they just don't have any faith in Rocky Lombardi. Don't want to give him any chance. Wow, all right. That wasn't the world's greatest punt of all time. Not that he wasn't working from a whole lot there, but that was great punt coverage. So they got him, not backed up by any means, but it's not like critically awful field position. Ryan Recco, he punted 51 yards to the 47, and he ended up going -3 yards to the 44. So that could have been a lot worse than it was. I'll take it. Logan Woodside have been getting beat all game. Yeah, Logan Woodside's not having a good game at all. I want to see, like, I mean, he started Logan Woodside started the game pretty good, but he's definitely trailed off since then. I'd like to see what Rocky Lombardi can do, man. I'd like to see what Rocky Lombardi can do, but I don't know. I'm also not the coach, and we're talking about the guy who's probably going to be the third, like a potential battle for the third quarterback spot, which they're not even going to keep a third quarterback. So, like, really, ultimately, it doesn't matter. They're doing a bull riding commercial or like a expose or something. Why? Whatever. I'm just happy Eli Apple was out of my life. Dude, I miss Eli Apple. I do. I miss Eli Apple. He was risky. He was a risky player to play. But when he was on, dude. Like, Eli Apple had talent. Like, I see why Eli Apple was a first-round pick, because he had talent. He just had no consistency. That was his biggest problem. And also his mouth, big problem. But, like, I miss Eli Apple, because, like, when Eli Apple was playing well and he was talking trash, those were some of the most exciting times I've ever had to be a Bengals fan. So I miss Eli Apple. I do. Heard J.J. McCarthy's out for I did hear that. That's crazy. That's wild, dude. That sucks. Like, like, I've lamented, the luck we've had with, like, Joe Burrow and his injuries and stuff like that. But then you hear stuff like J.J. McCarthy, who was he was the 10th overall pick. So you hear like stories about guys like J.J. McCarthy going out in the first preseason game, and you're like, man. Knock on wood, that's never happened to Joe Burrow, so it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Joe Burrow at least got 11 games in his rookie season before he went down. All right, there's going to be a handoff to the left, and he picks up about 7 yards on the run. Bears, by the way. It was Tyson Bagent handing the ball off to Jones Jr. Said JJ was going to be a bust, but damn. Well, I don't think him getting hurt in his first, I don't think him being out in his rookie year is going to make him a bust. I don't think he's going to be a bust. If I recall correctly, wasn't he, and before he got hurt, wasn't he playing well in that game? So, I don't know. I think when he gets going, I think J.J. McCarthy would probably be pretty good. I don't know if, wow, no coverage at all. Tyson Bagent completes a pretty one right down the middle. But yeah, look, I'm not saying, J.J. McCarthy, I think he got overdrafted. I don't think he's going to be as good as where he got drafted. But I also don't think that, I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think, I would have taken him in, the second round. And for a second-round quarterback, I think he's going to be pretty good. Didn't like his play style at Michigan. It's fair. It was, first of all, he was in college, and, people develop. I think he showed good flashes of being able to develop into a really good NFL quarterback, which is really what I'm paying attention to in college. Maybe he wasn't the most amazing college quarterback of all time, but you just the way you play in college isn't necessarily the way you're going to play in the NFL. I liked enough of what I saw out of him to to think he's going to be good in the NFL. I don't know about first round good, but I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be like, Andy Dalton good probably. Maybe even a little bit better. Like Kirk Cousins good. Tyson Bagent's going to step back. He throws, and that's caught for a touchdown. No, it's... is it? Yeah, okay. I think he just... Yeah. Yeah, he caught it. All right. Well, 23-3. This is not a good game so far. If you are anybody in the Bengals camp who cares about the outcome of the game. Yeah, not great so far, but again, from my perspective, whatever. Like, at this point, we're just kind of... I'm just hanging out and talking to Mikey at this point, and Connor from time to time. Haven't seen Connor in a sec, but, just talking to people from time to time. And, the Bengals are also playing football, I guess. All right, kick is up. That's good, so it's going to be 24-3. The Saints had their best draft since 2017. I didn't see who the Saints drafted. Since we're on a commercial anyway, let's see who they drafted. Oh yeah, so Fuaga in the first round. That's a good one. Kool-Aid at pick 41. It's another good one. Spencer Rattler in the 5th round. Yep. All right. Yep. I see what you're saying. And then I also really like Christian Boyd. I don't know how he's been for you guys in training camp in the preseason, but I liked Christian Boyd as a defensive tackle. So, I thought that was a good pick that late in the 6th round. But again, I don't know how he's been doing. You have to let me know if he's been doing anything. But yeah, no. Fuaga, McKinstry, and Rattler with their first 3 picks, and also Rattler in the 5th round. Yeah, that's a pretty good draft. Boyd solid. Yeah, I thought so. He's Christian Boyd's one of those guys who I thought, like, just because of some of his traits, was going to end up slipping in the draft. But I thought that he's the kind of guy who showed enough that I think he could develop into a really good player. Maybe a really good backup, but a good player nonetheless. What about the other guys? Bub Means, Jalen Ford, and Josiah Aziram. Are those guys any good? I don't know anything about any of those guys. I don't remember even reading about them in the draft. I think maybe I might remember reading something about Josiah Aziram, but I don't remember him being somebody who I gave the time of day, really. Apparently he did really, really, like, he did, like, exceptionally elite well, but he was at Eastern Kentucky, so, like, nobody cares, which is probably why he was a 7th round pick. With Lattimore, Ramchick, Alex Anzalone, AK-41, and Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, Trey Hendrickson was a great pick for you, Mikey. Thanks again. Thanks for developing him so that we could pick him up in his prime. That was awesome that you guys did that. Bub is hurt. I like Ford. Aziram used to play defensive tackle. Yeah, looks to me like I'm just doing some basic research right now. It looks like Ford Aziram is a guy who could be a really, like, bit of a risky pick because of the competition he played against. But again, a guy who could be pretty good. And I mean, like, if you're gonna complain about stuff like that, like, I mean, guys get drafted from North Dakota State all the time who end up being, like, I mean, Jordan Love, Cordell Volson. What was it? Carson Wentz started out really good in his first year. Obviously, he has since turned into a joke. But Jalen Ford was good for Texas. Fair enough. I don't know too much about Jalen Ford. Or Bub Means, for that matter. Apparently he's hurt, though, so that sucks. Sounds like you guys had a pretty good draft, though. Hopefully that stays good. Keeps working out in your favor. My stream has just completely frozen. Bring that back up. Whatever just happened, there was too many men on the field for whoever's on offense. Looks like the Bengals. So, great. Bub Means was a hometown kid. That sounds like a Louisiana name. Bub Means. That sounds like a Louisiana name. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 15, so I have no idea what has been happening so far because my stream froze. Oh, is that Rocky Lombardi? We finally get Rocky Lombardi in there? Let's go. He's going to hand the ball off to 36, who has a pretty good run there. Picks up about 10 yards and maybe 11. Going to still be 3rd and 4. That is Rocky Lombardi, by the way. So, Gen Z Boomer Esiason. Got Gen Z Boomer Esiason in there. Hopefully he has a good career. I don't see him having any chance to make this roster because, Jake Browning, I think, just earned himself damn near a lifetime contract to the way he played last year in lieu of Joe Burrow. But I like Rocky Lombardi. Maybe it's just because he looks like Boomer Esiason, but still. All right, 36, which is Noah Cain, is going to get the ball, and he doesn't do anything with that one. Noah Cain, the really talented running back out of LSU, who I forget why, but for whatever reason ended up dropping completely out of the draft. Bengals picked him up as a free agent, but I think it was he was really talented, but he kept having issues at LSU, so they didn't give him a whole lot of playing time. I think that was if I recall correctly. Mikey says he liked Noah Cain, yeah. All right, shotgun formation, 3rd and 3. Rocky Lombardi. He's going to take the shotgun snap. Rolls back, throws, caught. There you go, 1st down. All right, there you go. Rocky Lombardi got a 1st down. It was a good pass. Give him the backup job immediately. Again, I just like the guy because he looks like Boomer Esiason. He looks like Gen Z Boomer Esiason. That's what he looks like. I'm a fan of Rocky Lombardi just because of that mustache. Just 100% because of that mustache. I'm not even a mustache guy. I like that he's blonde and has a mustache. That's something you don't see a whole lot. He's almost bleach blonde, and he's rocking that Boomer Esiason mustache. You'll love to see it. All right, Rocky Lombardi. He's gonna try to run for it. He's got a nice little hole there. Picks up about 6 yards. So Rocky Lombardi doing pretty good so far. I don't know if he... it's been a couple plays. I'm not going to start analyzing it just yet, but so far so good out of Rocky Lombardi. Like Noah Cain, he was better than Tyrion Davis-Price. Yeah. From what I understand, he had a lot of potential, and he just kept not getting, a lot of work at LSU for whatever reason. And so, he came to the Bengals as an undrafted free agent, and they basically picked him up, I think, largely just on his potential. And there's another good run from him. He picks up a 1st down, about 6 yards. Great vision to find the hole. Yeah, Noah Cain, I like him. That's a pretty good run there by Noah Cain. Let's see if they can get on the board. Bengals offense appears to be doing something. Apparently it's starting to downpour in Chicago a little bit. So, guys I would like to see make the roster, even though they have absolutely no chance in hell. Rocky Lombardi, Noah Cain. Again, 0 chance. Maybe a snowball's chance in hell for Rocky Lombardi if, the Bengals get a hair up their ass and keep a 3rd quarterback, right? But maybe a snowball's chance in hell for Rocky Lombardi to make the team. But, Noah Cain, no. He's not. I mean, maybe he can make the practice squad, and he's unknown enough that, I could see him potentially, sitting around on the practice squad, and then maybe, some injuries happen, not wishing injury on anybody, but maybe some injuries happen, or maybe some guy gets paid next year or something, or we don't bring Zach Moss back or something, and there's an opening for, the 3rd running back position, and hey, you got Noah Cain sitting there, so you never know. I'd like to see Noah Cain make it, though, but there's no way. There's no chance. One of our running backs started playing so well that affected Noah Cain. That's what I think. It was something like that. He was touted as this really great running back coming out of high school, and had all sorts of potential. And then it just didn't work out for him at LSU for whatever reason. But he looks talented from what I can see. Now he's also going up against like the backups of the Bears, who last year were the worst team in the NFL. So, and by backups, I mean at this point we're probably looking at like third stringers too. So, like guys who might not even make the roster of potentially the worst team in the NFL. That's who Noah Cain's looking good against right now. So we gotta take everything we see right now with a grain of salt. But good reps are good reps nonetheless. I do like seeing Rocky Lombardi play well, though. Gen Z Boomer Esiason. I think he's Gen Z anyway. When does Gen Z start? Like, what's my obsession with LSU players? I'm assuming you're talking about the Bengals. I don't know. The Bengals have always liked LSU players. I mean, like, as far back as I can remember, the Bengals have been like, have employed LSU guys. And you guys get a lot of Ohio State players. That's weird because we don't get a lot of Ohio State players. Like the Browns do, but we sometimes do. Sometimes, but most of the time we don't have a lot of Ohio State guys. But we get a lot of LSU guys, and that was long before Joe Burrow. So I don't know what the Bengals' obsession with LSU is, but they seem to really value LSU. They always have. Maybe it's because it's the Tigers. All right, Noah Cain's going to get the handoff, and it is downpouring. And he gets about 3 yards on that, so not a whole lot. Okay, so Gen Z from 1997 to 2012. I'm assuming Rocky Lombardi is probably within that range. Just barely. He was born in 1998, so he is Gen Z. So Rocky Lombardi is Gen Z Boomer Esiason. Let's go. Chris Olave's from Ohio State, yep, and Michael Thomas from Ohio State. Wasn't Marshawn Lattimore from Ohio State? It's going to be a nice pitch there. Good play. To 84, which is Tanner McLaughlin. He's looking pretty good so far. He looked pretty good last week, too. Again, nothing substantial, but, looking good enough to potentially be worth like a fourth tight end position. Chase Young, Chase Young's another one. Now, Chase Young is like more of a recent signing, but yeah, Chase Young and Marshawn Lattimore. No, you guys have a lot of, I don't know why you guys have so many Ohio State players. Now, maybe partially it's because, like one thing OSU does really well is they produce wide receivers, so, the fact that we generally don't have Ohio State wide receivers is kind of weird. All right, so Rocky Lombardi's going to try to keep that and run with himself. He doesn't do much. Was that a fumble? Oh, God, he fumbled. Damn it. I was rooting for Rocky Lombardi, man. Damn it. Whatever. Again, it's not like Rocky Lombardi was making the team, but I don't know. I like him. Damn it. I like our UDFA Dalen Holker. Dalen Holker, tight end, played for Colorado State. I think I was looking at him as maybe like a 7th round draft pick for the Bengals if we didn't get any whatever. So, interesting. Yep. He's a Mormon, apparently. Dalen Hooker's a Mormon. A lot of people are Mormons, but it's just the first thing I saw when I looked at his Wikipedia page. He used to play at BYU, transferred to Colorado State. Selected by the Birmingham Stallions, although obviously he's choosing to play for the Saints, but if it doesn't work out with the Saints, he could go play for the Birmingham Stallions. He was running with the first team. Oh, Dalen Hooker was? Or Holker. Hooker. Dalen Holker was running with the first team. Well, he's probably going to make the team then, I would imagine. If he, so much for that. If you're the Birmingham Stallions fan, which most people probably are not. Is that a dog? I thought it was a dog. It was not a dog. Jawan Johnson is currently out with injury. That's not good. I mean, that'll probably help Dalen Hooker's case. Holker, not Hooker. He's a freaking hooker. All right. This whole Jamar Chase situation is annoying, man. Like, can we... I'm not... Like, I get it on both sides. I just, as a fan, I would like it to be over. Alright, so Bears hand the ball off. Get about 3 yards on 1st and 10. What is my obsession with hookers? You don't like hookers? I like hookers. You're a teenager, don't get hookers. But, I, as a mighty adult, still can't because it's illegal. We're going to have to pay Olave in a year. Yeah, you are. We got to pay Jamar Chase, man. And I wish they'd just go ahead and do it. Because they're going to do it. They're going to pay him whatever he wants. I just wish they'd go ahead and do it, man. Don't tell my wife... Don't tell her what? That I can't get a hooker because it's illegal? I think she's aware it's illegal. Or about my obsession with hookers. Oh. I'll probably tell her anyway. That's funny. Tyson Bagent throws, and it is caught, but it's in the backfield, so that ain't much. I don't even know if he picked up any yards. All right, so it's 2nd down. Yep, it was 2nd and 10. Didn't get anything there. Well, this game has not gone in the Bengals' favor so far. How's Murphy doing? Well, he's across town right now, but in general, he's doing pretty good. He's 9 years old. He's growing up every day. Kind of crazy. Hey, there's a good play by the Bengals. Swallow the running back up in the backfield like that. Get about 5 of those yards back. Maybe they won't allow points on this drive. Never know. Saints play the 49ers tomorrow night. Be interesting. Might if you're gonna be, are you gonna be streaming? If you are, I might pop in and say hi for a little bit. All right, 3rd and 15 in this game that really just needs to end. Tyson Bagent rolls back. He throws very short, and he got a good angle there. So he picks up about 8 yards, but it's still going to be 4th down. But that probably gets him in field goal range, so great. You will stream? All right, so, I'm not, like... I'll if I happen to catch it, I'll show up and say hi, but, Sometimes your stuff doesn't show up on my feed for whatever reason. I have to go hunt for it. It's weird. 4th and 6, and they're almost certainly going for a field goal here. Hello, Mike. Why isn't anyone watching? Why isn't anyone watching what? My stream? Because it's a preseason game. Nobody cares about preseason. I'm surprised that anybody's here. Frankly. I considered not even streaming in the preseason because who cares? But I figured I needed some reps. But nobody's watching because there's nothing here. You care. I'm glad you care, Mike. I appreciate you showing up. And I'm just saying nobody cares about the game. Like, I barely care about the game. Like I said, the main reason I'm streaming is to get ready for the regular season. But Yeah, nobody's watching Lily because the game's completely like it's an unimportant game and it's just preseason. Like barely anybody's even going to be watching this preseason game, much less coming to my channel to talk about it. So you'll probably see more people during the regular season. I don't know, like it maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I didn't exactly have a very active off season, but you might see some people. Hopefully, a lot of people. That'd be nice. I'm still getting a decent number of people watching my videos. I think my last one I put out got like a decent number of views, but by my standards, not by like all standards, but. Let's see. Last video I put out. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Got about 700 views, which again for me is really good. Because the last video I got before that got 335 views, and the last one I got before that got 81 views. So the fact that I got nearly 700 views on my last videos, that's pretty good for me. Do you have the notifications on my channel? That will help. I thought I did, but maybe I don't. Let me check. Hurricane Mike, where are you? There we go. Were you wearing I see you were doing a Bengals and Bears reaction thing that you were doing about an hour ago. Is that a Joe Burrow jersey that you're wearing? That's pretty cool. I like that, Mikey. Okay. So I'm just going to... Okay, so I've got all notifications enabled for you, so hopefully I'll see it more going forward. So I didn't. I just changed it. All right, so we are in the fourth quarter, and I'm catching this before you told me, Mikey. Now, granted, I didn't catch it in time, but, it's been the fourth quarter for a little bit now. But, hey, I caught it before you did, so... Stop because I didn't know anybody. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a terrible kick return. Gets taken down about the 18-yard line. So 10 minutes left to go in this game, and I really just kind of wish it was over now. Again, preseason. Nobody cares. And also, this one's a blowout anyway. Oh, it's 27-3, by the way. I should update that, too. But, this game's a blowout, and it's preseason, and et cetera, so... So, yeah, like, if it wasn't for the fact, like, honestly, if nobody was watching, I probably would stop, but, like, since you're here, Mikey, I'll probably keep going. And then I don't know if Connor's still here or not, so, since people did show up, I'll finish the stream, but, like, if nobody had showed up, I'd probably be gone by now. Bad pass, by the way, on first down. But it falls harmlessly to the ground, so it's going to be second down. I don't think that was Tyson Bagent. I think that was a new quarterback. Oh, okay. No, that was okay. That was the old footage. Okay. All right. So Rocky Lombardi's going to hand the ball off to Noah Kane, and that time he goes nowhere. Going to Blue Oak Barbecue next week. You mentioned that the other day. You mentioned Blue Oak Barbecue the other day. I'd like some barbecue myself, but I don't know anything about Blue Oak, so I don't know if they're like particularly good or not. Like in general, I usually like pretty much any barbecue, but there's some places like City Barbecue, for example, is awful. I'm kind of up and down on Dickey's Barbecue. And then, there's other places that are kind of up and down. Like, do I really want to spend the money on this? But the only one I don't like, the only one I particularly don't like is City Barbecue. All right, so Tanner McLaughlin's going to catch the pass from Rocky Lombardi, and he's going to dive ahead for the first down. There you go. That's pretty good. Going to talk with Jono Barnes. John O. Barnes. I don't know who that is. Oh, it's a Saints YouTuber, looks like. He's got about 7,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty cool. Famous Saints fan, yeah, looks like it. All right. Handoff, and that goes nowhere. All right. His last video is Spencer Rattler the best quarterback on the Saints? That's sad. Seven months ago, he got mad about apologizing to the Falcons too. Yeah, I agree. I'd be pissed if I was a Saints fan. That's terrible. Is that an interception? I think it hit the ground though. Okay. Man, Rocky Lombardi's not starting to kind of fall apart there. So he does a bunch of stuff that's not like, so he's not really a Saints YouTuber. He's like just a YouTuber who talks about the Saints sometimes. But like one of his most recent videos is about Eminem's new album. Interesting. All right. You've been on his show a lot? Damn, nice job. All right, and that's going to be a neutral zone infraction on the Saints, I think. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. If that's what it takes to get famous, then I'll probably just not do that because, like, don't get me wrong. Oh, they false start on the Bengals, damn it. But anyway, not to say anything bad about this guy's channel, but like I don't want to make videos about like I got $2,000 seats for the MLB All-Star game, and then he's like doing the like whoa type of like I don't want to be that. Like I don't want to do that. If I don't get famous because I don't want to do stuff like that, then whatever, I don't care. And again, not to say anything against him. If he enjoys doing it, then that's awesome. I don't want to do that. Talking about Caitlin Clark. I don't want to talk about Caitlin Clark at all. All right, Rocky Lombardi, shotgun snap. He throws over the middle to Noah Kane. And he gets about 8 yards, but that's not going to be enough. It's going to be fourth down. Jono is funny. Neutral zone infraction on the Saints. So you guys got one too. Yep. Look, I mean, he might be funny. That's fair enough. I'm not saying like I hate the guy. I haven't watched one of his videos. It just I can tell you for me, he seems like he does a lot of videos that are the type of videos that I don't want to do. Well, no, actually, no, I take that back. He does a lot of videos that are the type of videos that I want to do, but he also does a lot of videos that are not the type of video. Like he does a lot of like sports related videos, and I appreciate that. But he seems like he also does a lot of videos like a Hawk Tua video. Like what does that have to do with the Saints? And again, if that's what he wants to do, then great. If people like his channel, then great. I just wouldn't want to do that with my Bengals channel. Oh, I said neutral. No, it's right because I'm looking at a Saints YouTuber. I'm paying more attention to my research on the Saints YouTuber than I am on the Bengals game that I am streaming. That's how little I care about preseason. That is how absolutely little I care about preseason. Plus, like I said, it's 27-3. Game's basically over. There's 7:14 left to go in this game, and it couldn't come quick enough. He says he's not a Saints YouTuber. He just covers the team. He has a variety. Well, yeah, but that's so. He says he's not a Saints YouTuber, but I mean, he's doing a lot of videos that are like. If you're a variety channel, also doing Saints coverage is kind of a strange direction to take that because if you're trying to like be a broad appeal channel, doing Saints videos is not going to give you a lot of broad appeal. But Like again, he can run his channel whatever way he wants to. I'm not, like it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I just I would not want to do a lot of that type of content personally. I want to, stick to football basically. Bengals suck, dude. It's preseason. Like, it's 27-3. Bengals are having a bad game, but it's a lot of guys who aren't going to make the team anyway, and. The starters didn't even really play, but the couple of starters that did play, they looked all right for the amount of time they were in there. I'm not worried about it. Where's Burrow at? It's preseason. Joe Burrow doesn't need to play every preseason game. Like this, this idea, and I'm not saying this is what you're saying, CT, but like this idea that Bengals fans have that if Joe Burrow doesn't play the most snaps he can in the preseason, then he's going to be bad in the regular season. Like, it's just ridiculous. I hate this narrative. And the second, I can't wait for him to come out and have a good first preseason game, so everybody, a good first regular season game, so everybody just shuts up about it. I hate this narrative. This narrative is so stupid. He's the host of This Shit More Than the Game Show. That's a funny name. You're mess. No, dude, CT, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at this narrative. I love the Bengals who they just messed. Look, I'm not mad at you, CT. There's a narrative out there that the Bengals are there's a narrative out there that if the Bengals don't play their starters in the preseason, then they're going to be bad in the regular season. And I hate that. And I'm not saying that's what you're saying. I'm reading what you're saying, and it's making me think of people who say stuff like that, so it's getting me mad. But I'm not mad at you. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. You could not be messing with me. You can say whatever you want. All right, so it's going to be a toss to the right, and he's going to pick up most of the yards, but it's going to be about a half yard to go. But no. I mean, am I wrong though? CT, are there just not an insane number of people who are trying to be like, if the Bengals don't play the starters in the preseason, then we're gonna lose all the games? Like, is that not something that people have been saying? They're stupid, and what they're doing is they're putting like Joe Burrow out there for like an unnecessary number of snaps. And that, like, I felt in that first game he didn't need to play that much in that first game. He didn't play at all today, which I think is a good move. But people are going to complain about it. And I'm not saying you're complaining about it, but I'm saying you saying that is what people are going to say, and it gets on my nerves. I was imitating what my friends say. Yeah, so you were, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I said, people are stupid, dude. People don't think when they people just want to react to something. They don't want to actually think about it. And honestly, I could say that if I felt like saying anything other than football-related things on this channel, I could probably make points about that on stuff that's outside of football too. But it just gets on my nerves when people will just like, they'll create an opinion without actually thinking about it or researching it at all, and then they'll, like, every time that like something comes along that could potentially make their opinion seem more likely, then they'll be like, "See, I'm right." I hate. People just don't think. They just say stuff without thinking. It's so annoying. Now, I'm not saying the Bengals are definitely winning the Super Bowl this year, although the Bengals are definitely winning the Super Bowl this year. But I'm not saying the Bengals are definitely winning the Super Bowl this year. I'm just saying that I don't think Joe Burrow playing 3 extra snaps in the preseason. Oh my God, what a punt! The Bengals are going to be downed at like the 1 yard line. They're saying a touchback. Wow, that sucks. I think he got it. Like, and I'm not. I mean, obviously, I don't care. So I could advocate for it. I could not advocate for it. Yeah, I think he got that. He got that. I think he got that. Let's see the other camera angle. But I think he got that. I think I would give it to him. To be clear, I'm saying the punt went near the end zone, and I think number 12 grabbed it just before it went out of the end zone, and the referees are saying that he touched the end zone before he knocked the ball out. And I don't think that's right. I think he got it. But they're not reviewing it. So I guess the Bengals get the ball at the 20, which, I mean, I'm fine with as a Bengals fan, but I'll be honest with you, I think that was not what that was. All right, so there's a flag on the 1st and 10 play. Let's see what happens. Probably a false start. People say we suck with preseason snaps. Dude, people analyzing the preseason is the dumbest thing in the world. Outside of like you know what I analyze when it comes to the preseason? I'm analyzing like what players looked like in training camp and what they did in the preseason and how that relates to their ability to get either a roster spot or even maybe a starting spot or whatever like that. But to judge whether a player is good or not based off of a preseason is insane. Like, who cares? It's like nobody cares what happens in the preseason. Why would you judge them off of meaningless snaps? All right, it's going to be a handoff to Noah Cain, and I don't know what happened on that last play, but it looks like there wasn't even a flag. They just stopped the play. Noah Cain picks up about 4 yards on it. Oh, man. Dude, my neck is killing me. I definitely think I'm going to have to like take ibuprofen or something during the season because, yeah, that doesn't feel great. Oh, luckily we only got about 4.5 minutes left in the game, and it's a preseason game, which is a blowout, so it's almost certainly they're probably just trying to kill the clock at this point. I mean, the Bengals are running the ball, so. All right, Rocky Lombardi fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it into the dirt. Don't do that. That stops the clock. Boo. Boo. Let's move the clock. Let's end the game. So tired. Last year, Carr had a great preseason, bad regular season. So maybe bad preseason, good regular season? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I think, look, I still think Derek Carr is a good quarterback. I do. I still think Derek Carr is a good quarterback. I don't think he's amazing, but, you know, I think if you build a decent team, oh my God. Rocky Lombardi threw it, and it just got, like, sniped, knocked down out of the air. Nothing there. Gonna have to punt. Which, honestly, at this point, that's the most exciting thing, is, like, seeing how these guys perform in the punting battle. That's way more exciting than anything else. Ryan Reckow is going to come out and punt again, apparently. Is Brad Robbins hurt? All right, so the punt is away. And that's a good punt right there. I got him all the way down to the 25-yard line, and the coverage is going to stop him at the 35. So there's a good punt there by Ryan Reckow. That was that boomed. It was about a 50-yard punt. And that's what you really need to do when you're in that position in the field. And so they basically flipped field position. So the Bears going to get the ball at the 36, which is decent field position, but could have been a lot worse were it not for a good punt. So there you go. Ryan Reckow on the board with a really good punt. And he also had that one that was down in the 7. So there have been some not so great punts today, but some good highlights from Ryan Reckow today. Brad Robbins. Oh, apparently he did get hurt. Got a right hip injury at the start of on Tuesday. So that's unfortunate. Well, that changes things quite a bit. Oh, geez. Because if Brad Robbins is hurt, then they might just go into the season with Ryan Reckow. So, you know, it's like, I mean, Brad Robbins being the incumbent matters, but not if he's hurt, and not if Ryan Reckow ends up using that opportunity to get better. All right, so that's going to be a handoff, and it goes nowhere. So it's going to be second down and about 10, maybe 9. Might have gotten a yard out of that. Now it's going to be second and 10. Okay. People really think the Falcons are winning the division. I think that division's up for grabs, honestly, Mikey. Like, I think my guess is probably the Saints will win that division. But it's not because I have a lot of faith in the Saints. It's because the NFC South is a dumpster fire. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Bucks. Gonna be about a 9-yard pickup on that run. Mikey says, "Yay, yay." I don't know. I think it'll be a toss-up between the Saints and the Bucks, but I don't know. It could be the Falcons because I don't think anybody's good in that division, really. I don't think anybody's great, so it could be anybody. It could be the Panthers. You never know. It could be the Panthers, but if I had to if I had to make a prediction, I would say I put my money on the Saints this year, but you never know. You never know. I wouldn't put money on it. I don't have that much confidence in any of those teams. But I don't think I'm gonna do almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by number 50 there. That would have been a good play. Shaka Hayward, who had a good game last week. So Shaka Hayward continuing to make his push for the roster. But I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm probably gonna do a Bengals record prediction video. I don't think I'm gonna do an overall NFL record prediction video. But my guess is I think the Saints are probably gonna win the division, probably with like a 9-8 record or something. Mikey says 8-9 and win the division. No, that's even less optimistic than I said. Oh my God! Right down the middle. That's gonna be. Catch down at about the 8 or 9 yard line. Tyson Bagent slinging it. Not a good play. Not a good play. And number 40 for the Bengals in coverage. That was Michael Dowell, rookie from Miami, Ohio. So I've never even heard of the guy. Honestly, I don't remember the Bengals signing him at all. Don't think he'll be making the roster, I'll tell you that. Ravens beat the Falcons. Okay, it's preseason. Calm down. It's preseason, bro. It is preseason. They beat him 13-12, too. So, I mean, I know you're happy to see the Ravens lose. Or, I mean, I know you're happy to see the Falcons lose. Like, you know, I think if the Steelers lose, I'll probably laugh at that. They play the Bills tonight. So if the Steelers lose, I'll probably laugh about that. But, like, I also don't really care. Yeah, Mikey, you don't care if it's a preseason game. I really don't either. But, no, I feel you. If the Steelers lose, I'll probably laugh about that. But, again, you're laughing, like, you know, maybe it makes you happy. But I don't think the Falcons are embarrassed at losing their preseason game by 1 point. But, you know, whatever. Maybe your friends are. I don't know. If you have any Falcons fan friends. Falcons fan friends, not Fran. 1:58 left to go in the game. And I'd really just rather it be over. Wait a minute, no, it's not. Okay, so it's not 1:58 left in the game. It's well, it is. It's 1:14 left in the game actually, but I'm looking at the box score, which is ahead of my game right now. So I think for me right now it's a 2-minute warning. So for me right now it's a 2-minute warning, but looks like the rest of it is just looks like they're just kneeling the ball and running the clock out. So good for them. Thank you. Which means I don't have to really, you know. I mean, I'll stick around until my game says 0-0-0, but luckily there's not too much left. So after the commercial, we'll probably be about done. Have a fan of my channel who's a Falcons fan. Well, you can laugh at him then. Yay! Yep, laugh at him for that one. Sure. I mean, like, I'm sure some dumbass is gonna come laugh at me for the Bengals losing this game, right? Yep, there's a kneel down. Okay. Now we just gotta wait for the final kneel to happen. But I'm sure some dumbass is probably gonna try to rub it in my face that the Bengals are 0-2 in the preseason. Like it matters. Like, especially this one for the Bengals. Like the last one, it would have been kind of nice to see them win that game, but the starters won their portion of it, so that's all I really care about. But this game was all backups, and then and mostly third stringers. So losing 27-3, it's like, okay. I mean, the Bears played a lot of their starters in this, like earlier in this game, so I'm not worried about this outcome at all. But I'm sure somebody's probably going to try to talk some trash about it. There's another kneel down. Third down kneel down is going to take us. Oh God, it's not even going to end the game. It's going to take us down to about 30 seconds left, and then they're going to kneel down. Oh, no, yeah, actually, it might end the game. Never mind. I can't do math. The Chicago Bears. Well, at least they won a preseason game, right, Mikey? All right, there's that final kneel down. 36-35. Game's basically over. All right, so the final is 27-3. Bears win it. And I can go do something else now. Yay. And honestly, I don't mind doing this. It's just my neck kind of hurts a little bit, and it's preseason, so I don't really care anymore. I like talking to you, Mikey. But, I mean, the chat's pretty dead, and the game didn't matter. So it was just, again, the reason I'm doing this mainly in the preseason is to get prepared for the regular season, make sure that we don't have as many technical difficulties. Hopefully, by next week, I can figure out this this issue with the thing not popping up correctly. But, yeah. So anyway, for as far as anything else is considered, I appreciate you showing up, Mikey. CT, if you're still here, I appreciate you showing up. And then Connor, I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate you showing up. Shout out to my mom for showing up. She's probably not still here, but shout out to my mom for showing up. And then Lily was here earlier. And I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. But anyway, for everybody who did show up, thanks for showing up and making this. Like I said, I'm only here for the preseason to make sure I have all my stuff working for the regular season. But I'm glad. It would have been really boring if I had shown up and done it and nobody was here, right? So anyway, I appreciate y'all showing up, and like I said, I think I got another video coming out this week. It's going to be about predicting the Bengals season, and just based off of everything that I know so far. Or no, it's going to be about predicting the roster, and then I think after the next preseason game, I'll probably predict the season. So the roster prediction will be coming out. I don't know exactly when, but I'll probably start working on it, like maybe as early as tomorrow morning, honestly. I'll probably start working on it tonight. But I'll probably start filming it and stuff tomorrow morning. But as far as when it's going to come out, I couldn't exactly tell you just yet. But anyway, that's going to be pretty much it for me. Let's see if there's anything else in the chat. Chicago Bears was the most recent thing. Okay, so all right, I'm out of here. Mikey, if you're streaming tomorrow, I'll try to keep an eye out and see if I can stop by at some point. But Bengals lose 27-3, but it's preseason, so all I really care about is the starters, and we barely saw any of the starters. What we did see out of some of the starters who did play, I thought was pretty good. I'm feeling fine as far as preseason goes. Yeah, losing 27-3 is dumb, but it's preseason, so I don't care. So that's it. I'll leave y'all, as always, with a Who Dey!